Has the episode started yet?
I'm recording. I can start it whenever you want.
I've decided I lied to you.
Oh, fuck. How did I know this was coming?
After watching EVO, I've decided fighting games are boring and I don't care about them.
Fighting games are great.
So welcome. This is now the Bioshock episode of I Have More Trophies Than You. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and nope, take that back. I don't use that opening anymore. What do I say instead? Welcome, friends. That's what I say.
Yeah,
now.
that's what it is.
Okay, hold on. Play the theme song again. Welcome, friends, to another amazing episode. I'm adding the word amazing now.
Ooh,
I have more trophies than you. This is a video game podcast about video games. And I am sorry to say that because of something I'm trying, and I gave our good friend Chris here, I said that I would maybe stop playing some shitty games this month. I've dropped 5 spots. I was 51st in the country for a little bit. Now I'm a measly 56, and I'm thinking about going back on my word very quickly. It's me, Dr. Ryan.
Yo, and
the number's red, and I don't like it when the number's red.
Is it green when you're in the top 50?
Yeah, no. When you on the website drop. When you go up, like how you were last time. If you go up, it's green. If you go down, it's red. And I don't like it being red.
That's clever. Oh, hey, by the way, I'm your amazing host, Chris.
I didn't say I was amazing. I just said the show was amazing. What? Oh,
yeah, in year 2, we get the it's like in Pokemon every year how they add a new mechanic.
Oh yeah, this is the first year 2 podcast.
Gosh, yeah, it is.
So yeah. So I've become the spectacular Ryan. That doesn't work either. Well, you're Chris. I'm Ryan.
Dr. Ryan.
Oh, I don't like dubious. That makes me sound bad.
Well, you could be like a good dubious, right? You could be doing dubious things, but for good reasons.
Why would I be doing them for good reasons?
I don't know. I mean, you help people fix their legs and backs, right?
That's not dubious. That's a good thing.
Maybe you're doing it under the radar.
No, I'm fully accredited and licensed.
Well, there aren't, you know what? I was, this actually reminds me of something. I was making a board game. I was working on a board game and I was using alliteration for all of the naming schemes. And when it came to D's, I just had the hardest time.
Nuts. These nuts. Go ahead.
Damn. Damn. Yeah, there are not enough, D adjectives, that fit a lot of things. Dreadful. Do you want to be the dreadful Dr. Ryan?
Domineering.
The domineering.
Dastardly. They're all bad.
Yeah. See? That's the thing. It's
draconian.
Docile.
I'm not docile.
No, not at all.
Debonair.
Would you consider yourself debonair?
Yeah, sure. I'm a pretty man.
The devilish.
Yeah, okay.
Then you could be like a doctor that wears a cape and horns, and then when you come into the room there's smoke and fire. It's like a WWE entrance.
Daunting? We already said daunting. We said daunting, didn't we?
Yeah. Well, I said daunting earlier off the show.
Do-gooding. Do-gooder? No,
do-gooder?
Do-gooding? No, that doesn't work. That's not a yeah, they're all bad.
Yeah, they all suck. So here's my tip. If you're ever making something where you're using alliteration, just avoid the letter D. Just don't do it. Don't use it. So, but yeah. What have you been up to? What kind of games you've been playing, man? I saw you were playing Fortnite the other day.
That doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter.
I'm Googling adjectives starting with the letter D.
They're not good.
Daffy, dainty, dandy, dapper. I could be dapper. Dr. Reed.
Dapper.
Dashing. Oh, dashing. Yeah. Dashing Cody Rhodes. Dazzling. I want to be the Dazzler.
The Dazzler? Isn't that
one of the coolest X-Men? One of the coolest X-Men. The Dazzler.
Do you think we'll see Dazzler? In
Dangerous Doctor. I don't want to be I don't know. Well, there's a poster for the Dazzler in the Guardians of the Galaxy video game. All right, this whole letter D thing is stupid. Let's move on.
Yeah, right on.
You want to just get right into it? There's no fun things to talk about. EVO happened. You don't want to talk about that?
I went to GenCon.
Oh, let's talk about GenCon.
Yeah,
You're just trying to get right into the episode. We got so much fun time to play around in here. This is the part of the podcast where we have the fun play around time, and then once we get into it, we're kind of stuck.
Yeah, that's true. We have a flow that we kind of
the flow state. Yeah.
Yeah, I went to GenCon. It was a pretty great weekend. It was I think they said like 50-something thousand people. It was a little bit smaller on attendance this year, which it didn't feel like. But it felt like the dealer hall and stuff with all the vendors felt like that was back to normal almost.
No, that's cool.
Most of the big companies were back, even though it felt like a lot of them were kind of wasting space, which was kind of a weird thing.
What do you mean?
So Paizo, who does Pathfinder, they're a big supporter of GenCon. They usually come and they have a whole ballroom usually for people to play Pathfinder in, and then they usually have a huge booth on the show floor, right? But no one was there for it. Like, no one was buying anything Paizo. That booth was dead and just took up so much space for the whole weekend. And so I thought that was kind of odd. I know that they've kind of have been going through some issues, I guess is the best way to put it. Kind of on the canceling side of them. They've kind of hired some bad people, and a lot of people are rightfully upset with them. So it very much showed at the convention, where a booth that is usually popping off and probably one of the best sellers of the weekend was empty for all 4 days. It was insane. And then on top of that, the Asmodee booth, which they own everything now, so it's half of the major board game companies out there. They didn't really bring anything new, so nobody was really at their booth to try anything. They just had like this huge section in the middle of the hall, kind of just showing all the games that they bought from Fantasy Flight, basically.
Okay.
But like, since they didn't have anything new, no one cared. So their booth, it was just like 20 tables with no one hanging out there. Everyone was going to check out everything else. The one cool thing I will say is the entrepreneur alley, which is like a section kind of in the it's unfortunate, it's in the back like corner of the dealer hall, for all like the independent, really indie up and starting companies and stuff. That was really popping off. Tons of people going through that section. So I thought that was like a pretty cool, neat thing for Gen Con to kind of show up there, right? You'd usually expect to see people hanging out towards like the Catan area and I guess now Asmodee and stuff, and even the Paizo, and it just, none of them were getting the hits. So I feel like we're kind of moving into this interesting era of board games right now, where I think everyone realizes that they are working, they are a very successful industry, and then also like people are willing to take some more risks with the smaller companies. So I think that's kind of neat. Not only that, like Disney showed up in a big bad way. Like everything was Disney this year, which I thought was kind of wild. And then like they've got a Goofy movie board game coming out, and they had the voice actor. What? Yeah,
they got a Goofy movie board game.
Yeah, it's like
you're gonna say the voice actor of Max, something.
Both Max and Goofy were there.
Oh, what the
like fuck? Signing copies of the game and demoing it.
The original?
Stuff. Yeah,
the original. Oh, what's that guy's name? I can picture his face because he played the best friend of Will Friedle on Boy Meets World. What the fuck is that guy's name? Hold on.
Which,
you know what I'm talking about?
Which character?
Max. Jason Marsden. Yeah, that's his name.
Marsden, yeah.
Yeah, it's because I always think of James Marsden, who played fucking Cyclops, but I don't think they're related.
I always think of isn't that a character in Red Dead? Or am I crazy?
No, it's something else, Marsden.
Okay. But yeah, like they were there. That was pretty crazy. We actually saw a show that Marsden did at OhioCon earlier this year, and it was very adult and very wild. But he seemed like to be a nice
one. Is that where I heard about? Didn't he like read out weird fan fiction or something?
Yeah, where he like voiced his characters doing it.
Disgusting. Disgusting. It's John Marston. John Marston, not Marsden.
Okay, it's close.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was neat. But I would also say like the game that I walked away liking the most, I think, from the convention was Disney Sorcerer Arena Epic Alliances. I think that's what the game is called.
How does the Goofy Movie board game play?
I don't know. I didn't really get a chance to sit down and try it out, but it looked like a typical like move around the board to try to get to California, and then I think you try to score victory points by like staying in there for so long or something like that.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, right. Just a very simple
Disney,
kind of game.
What's this Disney Sorcerer Epic Power of the Mickey
right?
Bullshit.
It's just a simple kind of arena game. I don't know if you're familiar with the game Champions of Horror.
Nope.
Oh man, it's I'll have to play that sometime. But it's a fantastic fucking board game. It's kind of like an arena battle royale, if you will. But you just have like 3 Disney characters. So when me and my wife were playing, I was using like Sorcerer Apprentice Mickey, Sully from Monsters Inc., and
I've noticed something about you hanging out with you on this for over a year now.
Oh, what?
You are a fucking sucker for any game, for Smash games. And what I don't mean the type of game that I mean any game where it's like take all of these characters from different properties and put them in the same thing together. You seem to gravitate towards that.
Yeah, those are fun, right? Like you kind of get to
Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, Multiverses, this. If Pokemon Unite in a way is kind of like that too. Anything where you take a bunch of characters that don't usually hang out together and make them do something. You seem to be that seems to be your jam. And I'm not saying this as like a detriment.
No, not at all. I don't take it that way. I see it as playing with a box of toys, right? Because when you're a kid, you might play with your Star Wars figures, but then eventually you're gonna be like, hey, fucking Captain America's here now, and like some weird cross-dimensional rift where Captain America's got to run with Luke Skywalker and they got to blow up the Death Star yet again or something, I think that's why I like those kind of toy box games, is just because you can kind of just play how you want, and I really appreciate that. So like this game kind of lets you do that. It's really simple. Each character has 10 cards for like their deck, and then you shuffle all of those cards together, and then you draw from that deck to make your hand, and then you can move around the board. If you're another game that it's kind of similar to is the WoW miniatures game, like the World of Warcraft miniature game that they had for fucking flash in the pan.
I don't even remember that game.
It was great. It was really, really good. It only got like it got 2 sets, I think, and then it was fucking canned because Upper Deck lost the license to WoW. Okay. But it kind of moves like that. Like everyone has like basic attacks and basic movements and stuff, but then all of your cards kind of give you additional powers that you can use on your turn in place of using your standard actions and whatnot. So it's super easy, super fun. Right now, I think because we're like newer to the game, it takes a little bit longer to play. But I think once you get used to how the game flows and how the cards work and interact with each other, I think the game would be a pretty quick one to play. I'm very interested in seeing how they develop that game because it feels like one of those that it's going to have like a main box, and then there's one expansion you can buy right now. At the con they were selling the second one as well, but it's not like officially out yet. Which the first one adds Moana, the Horned King from Black Cauldron, and Davy Jones to the game, and then the second expansion is the witch from fucking Tangled. I can't remember her name, like that took care of Rapunzel.
Never saw it.
Oh, it's a great movie. You should check it out. And then Jack Skellington and I honestly can't even remember the third character there, but I think that was all 3 of them. But
call me when they add somebody cool, like
they got fucking gargoyles in the game.
The hot exploding lady from Atlantis, the lady that does the bombs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I don't even remember the
Or
character's name.
the parrots from Three Caballeros.
Dude, that would be awesome.
Or
I would so fucking play that.
name what's one more? Wait, comedy comes in threes. I need one more obscure Disney character.
This is your expansion, your custom expansion right here.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna be the Three Caballeros together. Whatever that lady's name is from
Atlantis.
Let's look it up. Atlantis Disney movie.
I did overhear the developers talking about how they have Steamboat Willie as in
boring.
Next expansion, so.
Like everyone knows that's gonna be in the game.
Oh, but I'm excited for it. Like I love it.
What the fuck is that lady's name? What's her name?
I think
Audrey Rocio Ramirez. Okay, she's Puerto Rican. Okay. Oh no, wait, that's yeah. Okay, so her,
yes,
the Three Caballeros, and Radigan.
Okay.
You know who Radigan is?
No, I don't. Not for the
Radigan is voiced by Vincent Price. He's the main villain in The Great Mouse Detective.
Oh, okay. God, I haven't seen that in fucking 25 years, probably.
Good movie. It's a good movie.
It is a good movie. I feel like there's going to be a weekend where I just sit down and watch like all these old Disney movies that I haven't seen in forever.
Yeah, Disney Plus. Like they're all on there.
I know. What a good deal. Hey, today's sponsor, fucking Disney Plus.
No, not until they pay us. No more of these free spots. Listen, the first year was all about trying to get. The first year was trying to get GameFly to sponsor us. They never did.
Yeah,
probably because like we could have contacted them and say you should sponsor us, but we wanted to be.
Yeah,
listen.
Roll out the carpet for us.
We were talking about this the other night. Chris has gotten a lot of sponsorships on their stream. I've gotten none. The difference is Chris puts in the work and like goes and tries to get them, and I just sit here and like, no, I'm gonna wait till they come to me. And that doesn't seem to work well.
It's harder to do it that way, right? You get for somebody to come to you. Well, I guess I don't know. I get emails every once in a while. My numbers aren't the hugest, so. I think it's just time and place and who you know, really.
No, I just want to be told I'm special.
Ryan, I think you're special.
Oh, well, thank you. Do you want to give me $1,000?
No.
Then it's not special enough.
But yeah. Outside of that.
But yeah, good time. Great place at GenCon.
Yeah, it was a great time. I really wish I could have done more. My only two gripes were that the late night scene is kind of gone because due to the pandemic that's ongoing, they close the hall at they close all of it at midnight. And then they sanitize down everything. Now, you would think maybe a convention center wouldn't take that long to do it, but the Indianapolis Convention Center is huge. It's a multi-leveled stadium as well, and they also use the football stadium that is connected to the convention center. And then every hotel that's connected to the convention center. So it's a massive undertaking. So I can see why that is necessary. And I don't really fault them for that, but it is missing. Like it feels like a piece of the heart of the show is kind of missing without that late night scene. And then after that, the only other thing I'd complain about would be there were too many games that were pre-order only. Like, I don't really want to go to the show and just pre-order a bunch of stuff. Like, that's not fun to me. Usually I go with a bunch of people. I know tons of people that come to the convention. So, you know, it's kind of everyone's homework during the day to scour the hall, try out new games, buy those new games, and then we all meet up for that late night hangout where we can then play those new games. But if all of your games are pre-order, you can't really do that. And then you kind of just end up playing the same games over again. And GenCon's about the new and the next, and the now, not, you know, hey, I guess we can, you know, play Carcassonne again. Why not? You know, I just want more things I could take home with me. And this year there just wasn't that. Outside of like the new Disney games, I think there was a new Ticket to Ride that debuted there. And the new like Red Dragon Inn expansion. It's like outside of those that there was nothing new. Everything else was just pre-order. But there's a lot of games to be excited about in the future, I guess, because Clank is getting a new not a new expansion, a new standalone that's completely modular. So I'm a huge fan of Clank in Space, which is the modular version of their game, and it's a little bit more limited than the new one, which is Catacombs. I really cannot wait for that game. That's going to be fantastic. I really want to play the Legacy one, so I feel like I'm gonna have to force that upon some people here in the future. Other than that, there's a game by Renegade Games, which I'm a huge fan of their company. They do all the Power Rangers board game stuff. It's called The Artists of Splendor Vale, and that game's been coming out for 6 years, so I'm kind of getting tired of seeing it. I just want to play it, and they just keep saying, "Hey, go pre-order it on fucking Kickstarter," and it's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. That's the other kind of song and dance of the convention was there were a bunch of board games that I'd seen for a few years that are still not out yet, and I'm like, okay, what's going on with this? So I don't know. It was a good time. I highly recommend that convention to anyone and everyone, and if you're lucky, it may be moving to a state near you after 2026, so hey, it might be easier for some other people to go in the future. So yeah, it was a great time. Really looking forward to the next convention, although my next looking forward to thing is moving, so I'm getting really excited now. So
well, let's stay in the realm of cons. Last episode, you might remember, ended with me going on a very long tirade about how the panels at PAX sucked.
Oh my!
Because
gosh,
we didn't.
Yeah.
Well, now they're out, and I'd like to go over. This is a new segment called "Some of the Panels They Decided Were Better Than Our Panel." Once again, our panel, I put it in as I didn't call it the "I have more games than you" or video games or "I have more trophies." Oh, wait, I didn't say it.
Oh.
I almost ended the episode.
That was so close.
I didn't call it the name of this podcast, the panel or anything like that. I called it. I made it trying to sound like a really well emphasized panel about a debate if trophies and achievement systems were helping or hurting the overall game atmosphere. I wanted to talk about all these junk platinums and everything, all that. I submitted it. And it was really good. Here's some things that first of all, PAX is on my last nerve because guess who their keynote speaker is?
Who?
The head of Xbox Game Studios.
Oh, man.
But here's some stupid panels. I'm just going to go from the top. And let's talk about some stupid panels that they thought was better. How about how to slay your job application?
Oh, no. Why? Who wants to go to a fucking convention and be like, hey, you know that job that you don't have? Let us help you with your fucking resume.
There's 3 panels in a row that are all called therapeutically applied role-playing games, therapeutically applied Minecraft.
What?
Yeah, I'm going to say this right now. Therapy is very important. You should go see a therapist and not some panel at a video game convention.
Yeah, unless that panel is headed by some therapist that's been practicing for 12 years. Yeah, don't.
Actually, it is.
Is it really?
Somebody with a PhD and somebody with a master's in education. A master's in education is not really.
Oh.
Well, they don't say what this person's PhD is in.
I have a PhD in gaming.
These nuts. The psychology of Pokemon and the power to catch them all.
That's dumb. As a professional Pokemon player, let me tell you, that's dumb.
How about this? Here's a stupid panel. An entire panel on trying to understand the Zelda timeline.
That's stupid. There's a whole book. Just read that book. And it's not that hard to understand. Here's what it is. Link dies in one game. Link doesn't die in the same game. Okay. And then the other one's just a completely different fucking.
There shouldn't be. They're all just
possible future
bedtime stories that shouldn't link together. There's one panel I want to go to, but it's at the same time as the Mega 64 panel. And that's the guy that made Doki Doki Literature Club is doing a breakdown of making it, but it's at the same time as Mega 64. That'd be the only panel I would want to go to. See, that's a cool panel.
Yeah.
You know what's not a cool panel? We need to talk about Final Fantasy VII.
No, we don't. It's a mediocre game that gets too much love.
It's a good game, but it's 25 years old. Why do we need to keep talking about it?
Yeah, because the new game is technically a sequel to the mediocre game.
These people who are getting these panels are less. Wait, so hold on. I bet you this is some unknown podcast. Yeah, these people have with a terrible fate. What the fuck is? I think I just didn't write. Yeah, there's an entire podcast done by some podcast that has not even half the followers on Twitter that I do. So I think I'm not good at writing panels, and next year maybe instead of just letting me do it, we need to sit down and do it together. Maybe I just didn't do it right. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Other fucking stupid panels. We really need wholesome games. Sure, but you don't need to do a whole panel on it.
Yeah, sure, but like, do we have to sit here for an hour and talk about that?
What the fuck? Stop living on 1 HP. How to play more and hurt less.
That's called Get Good.
No. This is a panel about like join esports physical therapists to learn. It's a posture panel. These people don't have doctorates. I'm a doctor.
You should hijack their panel.
What the fuck? These people have like barely have degrees.
Hey, here, look. You know what?
Wait,
I will solve that panel for you real quick. Here's what you do, gamers. Sit on the front half of your chair with your back straight.
Stop. You're giving away my secrets.
Boom. Easy.
No, the people have to come to me. How about Game Over Inc. using science to defeat video game heroes?
Oh no. Is this
a plumber problem? Time of getting so close to victory only to have it snatched by some goody two-shoes speedy blue rodent? We're a group of scientists and engineers here to offer a limited time service available only to the most discerning, dastardly video game villains. We want to help you beat your nemesis once and all with the power of science.
Ugh.
Dude, fuck this. I think there's another panel later that's the other side about how... I'm pretty sure I saw earlier there's another panel that's the same people doing it for the other side, using science to defeat video game villains.
That's stupid. I mean, like, I'll give it. I like Carl Sagan, and he's on that panel, but like, come on, man.
Carl Sagan's dead.
No, he's a speedrunner.
It doesn't matter. Okay, how about a panel called Balancing Content Creation with Regular Life? When streaming full-time is one of many's aspirations, growing one's channel to the point where you can only sustain yourself requires a lot of time and effort. Some people lack these aspirations entirely, choosing instead to stream entirely as a hobby. But how do you choose what works with best for you? Get a fucking job. I don't know what you want. You want to listen to a bunch of people that probably barely have made it tell you that, oh yeah, you need to take some time for yourself. Just don't do it. Jeff Jarrett's on a wrestling panel. That's kind of silly. Do you know who Jeff Jarrett is?
No.
Jeff Jarrett's the guy that would hit people with a guitar and call them slap nuts.
What?
J-E-F-F-J-E-R-R-T, Jeff Jarrett, baby. He was a dude, his dad owned some stuff, and then he got into the WWF, and he was a country singer, and then he got in a fight with Vince, and then he went over to WCW, and he became the chosen one, and they brought back the NWO. That's the silver and black NWO 2000, and he hit people with a guitar and said, listen here, slap nuts, I got the stroke. And his like the stroke, and then that failed, so then he started TNA, and it made all about himself, and then he called himself the King of the Mountain, Jeff Jarrett, and he started a group called Planet Jarrett. It was terrible. He sucks. World. He's gonna be there because... Wait, okay.
I don't know.
Take out the part where I said he sucks.
Okay.
Just take out... Because I forgot. He's gonna be there at Carlos's booth. No, you know what? Leave that in and leave all of this in. He sucks.
Sorry, Carlos.
Yeah, sorry, Carlos. Here we go. You know what's better than our panel?
What's better than that? Wait,
who is the hottest video game character? That's what they thought was. No, I'm saying that's what they thought was better. A panel about who's the hottest video game character.
That's dumb. We all know.
Oh, cool.
It's fucking somebody from Star Fox. Duh.
I don't know who this is. Who's Christian Lamonte? You know my whole gimmick of rating things?
Yeah.
Oh, the guy that did the voice of Shinji in the Netflix dub.
Oh, that's
he's doing a panel where he just rates things.
Oh, good for him, I guess.
I could have done that.
Yeah, we could do that.
Ask cosplayers anything.
I'm gonna ask.
All right, here's a very weird panel that like
us.
Okay, this is the other side of PAX where it's like these are very informative panels that should be at like GDC because who the fuck at PAX is going to this panel? You know what I mean? Crafting contracts for music and games. That's a legitimate panel for GDC.
That's a GDC panel.
Yeah. Medkits and 1-ups, the real life science of power-ups.
Who cares?
Why you're wrong about the Super Mario Brothers movie?
Here, I'll tell you why you're wrong to get a panel.
There was a panel on here earlier just called this is a secret panel, don't tell anybody, and it's been taken off.
What?
I don't know what that was about.
You know what? I'm glad that got taken off because that's a stupid fucking panel.
Yeah, the fucking explanation. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna let people know that we have a secret friend Discord. On our secret friend Discord, I posted. Where is it? It was called "This is a secret panel for video games. Don't tell anyone." And the description was, "Hey, look, this is just between you and me. Don't want to get this out, but let's meet up in the Sasquatch Theater on Sunday night. I'm hooking up a Nintendo Switch to our theater projector and sound system, and it's going to be freaking sweet. See you there."
Hey,
let's see what's there now instead.
You know what?
Yeah.
What if they took it down because it now is a secret, and you should go to that and see what's happening on Sunday? Mm-hmm. Sunday? Do they go to Monday? Is that what it is?
Yeah, they do go to Monday.
Oh, okay.
Sasquatch Theater at 8:30. Let's see. There's nothing in the Sasquatch Theater at 8:30 now. Oh, maybe. Okay, hold on.
Hey,
Maybe
you know what? Here's a secret tip. It's not so secret if you listen to this podcast.
Ooh, it's probably shitty.
Yeah, probably. It's just gonna be like people hooking up a Switch to play fucking Smash Brothers, and that's it.
There's a panel about how to network and navigate. Go to fucking GDC if you want to learn that. Let me do my fun. Anyway, okay. This is Ryan Bitter time over. Was that okay? Did I say anything terrible?
No, I think you're fine. But yeah, like I totally, I'm with you. Those are panels. A lot of those are just fucking. They're either just so milquetoast that they don't bring anything new to the table. They're just flame wars that you would just see online constantly, or they are just legit GDC panels that should just probably be at GDC.
Yeah, GDC. The couple of those that were the worst, I'm gonna try and go and like take a picture of either the amount of people they get or their line, and it would be hilarious if there's like 3 people.
Yeah.
I could have. I don't think I could fill a room, but I could have gotten people in there.
Yeah, I think we could have had a fun little thing. You know, it just makes me want to try harder next time and try to just like and if it doesn't work, then like. Just I want to go above them and do something
I just
else,
didn't do it right. Like you probably are better at this than I am. Let's next year for PAX. Let's like work together to like craft it together. The other thing that came out since then is the list of people in the expo hall.
Oh yeah,
and it's definitely better than it was last year. It's still there's definitely some stuff like I said. Nintendo and Sony and Xbox are going to be there. Only Nintendo's going to be there. Sony and Xbox not going to be there. There's no Square, there's no Capcom. Bandai Namco's going to be there. I'm just going through really quick. Just any big names I'm going to call out. So you might have to. Devolver's going to be there.
Okay,
they're kind of big.
Yeah, I mean they make good or they publish good indie games. So
Fangamer, but that's not really video games. Fucking Skybound's going to be there. I'm excited because I do want to see the wrestling game.
Oh, are they working on a wrestling game?
Yeah, that's why Jeff Jarrett's going to be there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm sorry, my brain isn't working. I'm still kind of in recovery mode from GenCon. I'm just
that's totally fine. So. There's a booth called Japanese the Game. I'm assuming that's like to learn Japanese. I always see those. They always have those games that are like learn a language by playing our video game.
I wonder
Mega 64 will be there. I don't know if you've heard of them.
What's that?
Oh, Picarilla. Picarilla's going to be there.
I mean, Games, which has some like... So just go to their store.
No, they're bringing all their cool stuff to the panel or to their booth. There's some company called Rogue Games that Reggie has some... Reggie's going to be at PAX, and he's got a panel on the main stage talking about working with this company called Rogue Games. So I don't know. Hey, I like Reggie. Sega going to be there? Did I say Reggie instead of Reggie?
I don't know.
I might have said Reggie. No. The Pokemon Company will be there.
Oh, well, I mean, they're in Seattle, so it makes
Tiny
sense.
Build. Voodoo Ranger, the fucking beer company, will be there. What?
Oh, hey, get some beer.
Can you drink at PAX now? Yacht Club Games will be there, and then Yeezbird Games will be there. Yeezbird Games made Valhalla. They also made some other like shit ass games, but they made that game, or at least they published that game, World of Horror, that was supposed to come out on PS4 but never did because of the pandemic. So I'm hoping maybe that's them saying it's probably going to come out because that game looks cool. Do you know what World of Horror is?
No, I don't.
It's Google it really quick. It'll be it looks like an old school computer game, but it's all the art looks like Junji Ito shit.
Interesting. Oh yeah, it really does.
Yeah, it looks cool, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so PAX is in a couple weeks. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I'm not, because I'm not going anymore, but
I'm going. Here's the thing, though. These panels sound like they suck ass. There's not going to be that much stuff there. But here's the important part. You know what is going to be there?
Huh.
My friend Rocco, my friend Sean, my friend Derek, my friend Johnny, my friend Kevin, my friend Frank, my friend Brian, my friend Jared. You know, that's what matters.
Yeah, go hang out with your friends. That sounds like a good fucking time to do it. Like, because I mean, again, that's what mostly GenCon
I don't
was
think
for me.
Meg's
Was just
coming.
hanging out with
Sorry,
friends.
Meg's definitely not listening to this, but I'm sorry that you're not coming, Meg. You're always cool to hang out with.
Dang. Well,
okay, video games.
Rest in peace. Yeah.
No, what? Why would you say it like that?
I don't know. It's just
she's fine.
Yeah, she seems cool.
Would you play since last time we talked?
I've just been in the board game section. Actually, I have played a great deal of Multiverses.
I watched Donkey do a thing on that game, and I'm justified in my not giving a shit about that game.
It's kind of neat. I like it. It definitely feels weird when you first sit down with it because Smash Brothers feels like it has a better flow, right? And then with the Nicktoons game, I liked how I like the speed of the Nicktoons one, even though it kind of feels a little bare compared to Multiverses, where Multiverses feels like they had, you know, millions of dollars to pour into this game and, you know, a little bit more time maybe to put some polish on it. I think Nicktoons was also done by like an indie company, so it kind of makes sense, I guess, that it doesn't feel as whole, I guess.
You sure are talking down about a game that you fought to make sure was one of the top 10 games of last year.
I do still
By
really
the way,
like it.
I've played it since then, and we'll talk about that on the Platinum Report.
Yeah.
It was not one of the top 10 best games of last year.
But like, yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I think the 2v2 battles is an interesting gimmick to it. I still think I like 1v1 more because it really relies on you having like a good partner, and I don't really have many friends that, or I've got a bunch of friends that are playing it. I just, you know, I guess I just don't really play games with most of them. So yeah, I got to find somebody who's good enough that will want to play with me in 2v2s. But I'm really liking it. I like the cast. I think the cast is pretty good. I hope that the Discovery merger doesn't fuck up this game.
It's gonna fuck it up so hard.
I have a feeling it will. So it kind of sucks that, you know, I don't know. Just watching the community start to build on this game and watching it at EVO and just even watching you know, independent tournaments being run on this so far in the last week or two, it really feels like there's another Smash game. You know, you'll have the Smash tournament still where Melee and Ultimate will run, you know, rampant, and they'll be the ones that everyone still likes to watch. But, you know, it does feel like we have another Smash game that could get some representation, but, you know, it's all up to Discovery now. It's in the ball's in their court. So
I don't think. Listen, I like to rag on competitive Smash, not because the game is bad, but because I think the people that play competitive Smash are losers.
Okay, I mean that's kind of fair.
And I don't mean like people that enjoy it like you. I mean like the top people.
Yeah.
Like I watched Evo. That Leffen guy's a fucking dork.
Yeah, he's the villain. Like it's great.
That Hungry Box guy's a fucking loser.
He's kind of a dick.
So the whole idea of competitive Smash, that's why I think it's stupid. Not because of the game, but because of the people. But I
think any community has that though.
I played and platinumed Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. It was my 1,450th trophy, which is the beginning of the list for the Platinum Report. Don't play the Platinum Report. If you're playing it right now, stop. I played it, and my whole thought the entire time was, this is a less than Smash Brothers. Even though they added an extra button, it didn't matter. It was just like, everything here is kind of samesies. Nobody's really that special. Everybody's powers are all kind of the same. And the levels, there's some levels that are completely unplayable.
Oh, totally. Yeah, there's a good handful that just suck.
I just think this game is a pale comparison to fucking Smash Brothers. Now, I watched the Multiverse, like I said, I watched the Donkey thing, and then they were at EVO, and I watched a little bit of that, and just the whole time I'm just going like, this is the same thing. This is a less than Smash Brothers. That the only reason it's kooky and crazy is because you can have Shaggy fight, you know,
LeBron
Batman
James.
versus LeBron James versus Arya Stark. And just like, that doesn't make up for the fact that the game's kind of lame. So
here's my take on it, right? Because I think it is kind of hard to equate it to Smash Brothers. I think that's the easiest thing, though, at the same time, because they are, both these arena fighters where you're trying to knock someone off of a stage versus, deplete their life. The difference, I think, is that how they control and play are just kind of not vastly different, but they are trying to achieve different things, right? I think with Nicktoons, the thing that I like about it so much is that it's just kind of it's kind of a Melee clone, right? Like, it's a little bit quicker, has wave dashing. I think the characters have some uniqueness to them. It's just it's a little bit more in depth, I guess, because you have 3 sets of different attacks, because you have like the normal and special like you do in Smash Brothers, but you also have the heavy attack. And I think that enough time with it and kind of learning the system and kind of getting into the the meat and potatoes of how that engine works, there is something really good in there. But I think that the lack of communication from the devs to the players, and honestly the lack of involvement from the devs to promote tournaments or try to get people excited about playing the game competitively has eventually killed it. Like, I think that game is kind of falling to the wayside because what it could do different is not outshining anymore. It's still kind of just like, well, Smash Brothers it's so tight, it's just a solid game. Smash Brothers is always going to be enjoyable and fun. I think really the only time they fucked up was Brawl, and that was mostly because it had unintentional tripping, and that's just stupid. But
Multiverse Emissary was cool.
Subspace Emissary was awesome. I really wish they would.
I never finished it. I rented Brawl off of GameFly back in the day and played it for a little bit and had a good time.
It's great.
But fuck GameFly, because you never.
Yeah, for real. The thing with Multiverses that I think is neat is that because it's such an emphasis on 2v2, you can have a little bit more identities to the game. Like, sure, you got your Shotos and your sword fighters and your gunners, right? Those are like the 3 main Smash kind of archetypes, right? In Multiverses, you can have healers and defensive players and tank players, because you can utilize that in a way in 2v2 that you can't do in Smash Brothers, because that game is so focused on 1v1. Sure, most tournaments will run a 2v2 bracket, but since you can choose the same characters in Smash, you kind of, well, I don't know if you can do it in Multiverses. Like, if I could have 2 Harley Quinns on my team, I don't think you can do that, but I haven't tried it, so I guess I shouldn't say definitively. But I do think that there are interesting and unique attacks within Multiverses that let you focus on a 2v2 and trying to save your partner, like the custom character for the game, the reindeer dog thing, has a tether. I don't think so.
What a stupid fucking... You can make up Bugs Bunny, all these characters that are in there, iconic characters. What are we going to put in its... What about a dog that's also a reindeer?
I mean, it's off. It's the one custom.
Fuck, and they could have made a better one.
Yeah,
fuck
well,
off.
Maybe. It's cute, but that character has a tether. So if they tether to their partner character, let's say Harley Quinn in this instance, Harley Quinn could do some insane off-arena combat trying to edge out an opponent to the blast zone, and right as they're about to fall into it, they can pull that tether and pull Harley back towards the stage, hopefully hitting the wall so that she can climb back up it and survive that exchange, right? So I think that's super cool. It's super neat. There's some definite hype moments in 1v1 still, but I think that if this game can compete with Smash, it's going to be on the 2v2 side, not the 1v1 side. So I'm very interested in seeing how that develops, but if I had to choose, like, I think I'd still like to play Nicktoons more, because I feel like the mechanics of that game I like better, especially in a 1v1 thing.
That game is already forgotten.
Yeah,
it's only person play. So we tried to you helped me get the platinum because we had to do some online shit. And literally, there was only one other person in the entire world trying to play it at the same time, and that person kept getting in our way of doing it. But it was like there was only one other name on this thing.
Yeah, so, it was kind of sad to see that, right?
I just don't think that this game is as cool. You're the only person still holding the torch. You and that Rock Daddy or whatever his name was.
Yeah, like I mean, it is a really cool game.
It's not.
I just wish it had more support.
Let's move on. Do you got anything else we've been playing?
God, I feel like I have, but I just completely forgot everything. 2 Point Hospital, or not Hospital, 2 Point Campus came out today. I got that installed. I'm gonna play the shit out of that probably when we.
Are you into that?
I didn't play 2 Point Hospital too much. I like simulator games like this, but something about the campus one seems kind of cool. So I'm gonna check it out.
All right.
Yeah. What are you even playing, man?
Well, here's the thing. Now you can actually play the Platinum Report.
Oh,
so play it. It's spinning up. Here's the bullshit that's going on. At the beginning of the month, I was like, okay, Chris, you've been giving me some shit. I'll try not playing Platinums. I don't want to say so. I was at number 51. In the last 9 days, I've dropped 5 ranks to number 56, and I still got 55 platinums since last episode. I want to count this. Here's how many shitty platinums I could go get right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 50. There are 55 other platinums that could have been on this list.
Dude.
So I'll say this. In one way, you're right. This is getting out of hand.
It is. Absolutely.
Somebody actually, there was a lot of, somebody made a big stir yesterday because a game went up. It hasn't gone for sale yet, but there's a game coming out called Press X for Trophies.
Okay, how does this get past the...
But here's the thing. If you read the the explanation or the description of the game, it says trophies used to mean something. What happened? And I think the game is going to just be a satire of those games.
Okay, that makes sense.
It said it's a story told through its trophy list. So everyone's thinking it's like, okay, this is just someone like trying to cash in like we were joking about. Oh wait, have we said that publicly?
No, we haven't.
All right. Well, leave it in. We're probably not gonna be able to do it. Or it's gonna be like, yeah, okay, press X to get trophies. It's gonna take 1 billion presses. Who's gonna actually do it?
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like, or they're gonna make a game that on purpose like is just fucking hard, but looks like it's easy to like sucker people to get the people to get their money or something. So it's getting out of hand. But at the same point, also, I don't like that the number went down, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, number go up feels good, but that's why you play MMOs.
I just wanted to break the top 50. I was at 51. If I could have just broken the top 50,
hang on,
I had my screenshot, I think I would be okay with it.
Yeah,
to get so close,
would it really
to get so close and then maybe not, but to get so close is what kills me.
Because once you get to that top 50, right? Yeah. I know that feeling. Like I remember looking at my rankings and ratings whenever we were doing just strict ELO for Pokemon, and you'd see that number up there, and you're just like, God damn, I'm number 2 in the state. I'm number 15 in the region. Like, oh man, but it's like, there's still numbers that I could accomplish more than that, right? Like I could still get over this number that I'm currently at. And then that's where you'll be. You're going to hit 50 and then you're going to be, or 49, 48, whatever. You're going to be there and you're going to say, okay, now 25. 25 is where I need to
go. No. I know there's so here's why I'll never be able to do that. This company that's making all these bump jumps and giraffe bees and jumping pizzas and whatever. I was getting them all because they were just putting them out in America and Europe. Mm-hmm. They've started to re-put out all the old ones in both the Asian and Japanese markets. So it's like, once again, the crazy people that have money from every market are going to outclass me. It was literally, I just wanted to get to top 50. The other part of that is I do have still like 80 or 90 bucks in pounds. And it's like, well, I guess, do I just use that to buy a couple of legitimate games?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what you do.
Okay, you know what? This is the legitimate. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to let the people decide.
Ooh.
Email in, honestly. should I stop or is it funny? Okay. The only reason that I get a bunch of platinums and make the numbers go up is because people that I know or my friends are just like, what the fuck, Ryan, just stop. And you're right. I don't get any satisfaction out of the shitty platinums. The shitty platinums they're just things to pad my numbers. But they pad the numbers really well. So please email me and give me your honest thoughts. Just Ryan, pad your numbers. It's funny and it's great and who cares? Or Ryan, don't feed into this toxic culture of shitty platinums and just play whatever you want. And we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I would say
well, you can't. Nope. You got to email in.
I'm going to email in.
Not allowed. You're not allowed. Since last episode, the platinums that I got. So, platinum number 1,450 overall. Platinum was Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl on PS5. Mm-hmm. Then we got Pinball Machine, Our Church and Halloween RPG twice. Elliot Story 1, My First Date RPG twice. I'll tell you this now. Jokes aside, I'm still getting these Christian dating ones because they're funny.
Yeah. Look, I feel like that's like one game a week. Yeah, you can have one, but it's like candy. You know, if you eat a lot of candy, your number is gonna go up. But you can have that once a week where you're like, you know what, this is my treat. Is this we got shitty candy?
Don't Fall ALF. Two of those. We got Round Invader Rush and Round Invaders. We got the Sheep Quiz they moved on to instead of just making like the pig, they made a game called the Sheep Quiz, and it was all about answering trivia questions about sheep. But you could just jam on the L1 and R1 buttons like those math and color games, and I got those platinums in like 8 seconds each.
Right on.
So 4 of those. Two of a game called On Sunday, which was like some side-scrolling little shitty game about like I gotta go to the market on Sunday. I don't know. It's bullshit.
Did it come out on a Sunday?
No. Well, wait, it came out. It came out on a Saturday.
Yeah, they fucked up.
No, wait, hold on. That's this month. It came out on a Wednesday.
Oh, they really fucked up. That's about as far away as
The Language of Love on EU, which is a game I got back in the NA a long time ago. That's like a visual novel that plays itself. I platinumed both of those. You know, I told you I got both of those 2 visual novels that are totally in Japanese from what's it called, from Anime Expo?
Yeah.
La Eden de la Gresaya and La Fruit de Gresaya. Got both of those done.
Nice.
Now this is going to sound like a shitty easy peasy, but this is actually a hard game. I platinumed Educational Games for Kids on the PS5 because I've done the PS4. Now the reason for that is most of that game is just shitty little games for kids, but there's 2 games about there's these 2 geography games. One is you're given a map and it's like, you know, where is Slovenia? Where is Slovakia?
That is actually hard. Fuck that.
And no, see, I've been playing I've stopped playing those Wordle type games because it was getting out of hand, but one that I played a lot was called Worldle, where they give you a picture of a country and it's like, what country is this? It's like, okay, that looks like Germany. No, it's east by about 2,000 miles. So I've learned a lot of geography. So that was hard. Wow. It took me 9 hours to do that. So like it was actually a legitimate game.
I'll give you that one.
Unlegitimate game. DC League of Super Pets: The Adventures of Crypto and Ace.
How was that?
It's like if you made Panzer Dragoon, but shitty.
Oh, okay.
But the thing about it is there's one, I'm noticing this in these games. There was like all the trophies were basically just play the game. And then there was one trophy that was legitimately hard and it was fucking annoying. So what it is it's based on that new movie that came out. I bought this at new for $40 because I had a coupon at GameStop. So it was only $35. And I thought it'd be funny to get a platinum in. I'm not going to stop doing. Okay, here's the other thing about these shitty games. I'm not going to stop doing shit about this. Any game on a disc is funny.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Well,
I was gonna ask you what's
75.
What is the what's the read when you walk in to GameStop and say, "Oh, good sir, give me a copy of PJ Masks for the PS4."
Excellent. Well, here's the first thing. Number one, don't talk to the people at GameStop. They all suck because they all want to try and sell you 8,000 things.
Yeah.
You just go over to the PlayStation thing and start looking through games. I look at my phone to see what the trophies are like. And then when I grab it, I bring it over and they're like, "That's it for you?" And they go, "Yep, that'll do it." "Oh, do you want to get disc protection?" "Nope." "Okay, well, you think about pre-ordering anything?" "Nope." "Well, do you need any Just sell me the video game, please.
Yep.
And then get my game and leave.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Unrelated. Last time I went into a GameStop, the dude fucking tailed me the whole time. Like
standing behind you, like
yeah, and just asking questions. Oh, what kind of games you in? And I'm just like, all this video games. Like I like all of them. Like
there was so there's a GameStop by my office. And it used to be that the people that worked there were cool. Like I went in there enough that they knew me. They knew that not to.
You were
sell me
a
that
normal.
I was a normal.
Regular.
Like those were the people. Like when the PS5 came out, the manager was like, "Hey, I knew you've been looking to get the pre-order for the PS5. It just went up, and we only got so many of them. There's only one left. I can hold it for you." I literally left my office in the middle of seeing patients to go pre-order it and come back. Like I just had my assistant be like, "Put them on some stuff. I'll be back in 1 second." That's how cool they are. Now it's been taken over by. I've only ever seen 3 people there. It's 2 girls and a guy, and they're all like. When I say overly saccharine, do you know what I mean?
No, I don't.
Hey, welcome to GameStop. It's so good to see you. How are you doing? It's like saccharin, you know, like sweet but fake sweet,
right?
Because saccharin is fake sugar.
Oh, okay.
Or you'll get these. You know, I was like, oh, what kind of games are you playing? What have you been up to? Blah blah. Blah. And I'm just like, I'm good. Don't.
Yeah,
listen.
It's just that
I can tell I can tell you're fake. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. I was just like, I don't know, dude. I play Final Fantasy 14, and I'm just here to grab a couple games.
Like the people there before knew. Like the people there before, it was 3 dudes and like
you walk in and they're
girls.
like, "Oh, Ryan, what's up, man?"
They'd be like, "Yo, what's going on?" And like they knew that I was playing games for platinums,
right?
So like when I would come with some shitty game, like I forget there was a girl there, I forget her name, and she would always just be like, "Easy platinum," and I'm like, "You know it," and she wouldn't. She knew
that's good shit though. That's good
she
shit.
knew she was going on, yeah. But now it come up as like, "Oh, you get what's this game for? Oh, DC Super Pets. Did you like the movie? Are you into DC, or is this for like a niece or nephew or something?" I'm just like, I'm just looking to buy the game. Leave me alone. Stop talking to me. It's not even like that. You know, some people will be like, "Oh, I don't like it when they talk to me because I'm introverted and I don't want to." It's like it's not even that. I'm not. I'll talk to anybody about anything at any time. I'm extremely extroverted. It's that I can tell these people are shit.
Yeah. I'm kind of one of those that like I go in between, like on introvert and extrovert. So like, yeah, sometimes I don't mind sitting there and talking to you, dude. But a lot of times, just I want to get in, get out, dude. Like I don't. You don't need to sell me on something. You can look at me and just be like, "Oh, they play video games. They know what they want. They know what they."
I've also heard these new people do what I think is the most evil thing that a GameStop person can do, which is I've heard them to like a grandma be like, "Oh, what's your kid play? Oh, this is the game for him," and like just sell them whatever they had. That doesn't work. It's like, well, you're definitely going to need the disc protection because the kids could scratch it up. Oh, are you sure about that? Oh, yeah, we're going to put that on. Don't even worry about it. We're just going to put, like, not even asking them. Just, oh, got to crunch my numbers up. Look, oh, you know, we got to sign you up for a Power Up rewards card because you're going to buy more games for your kids. You know, that'll add $15, but in the long run, you'll get savings, blah, blah, blah. And the lady's like, oh, I guess okay. And it's just like, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah. And honestly,
I wanted to say something, but also it's like, I can't. That's too much to be like, don't fucking listen to this, because then I can never come back to that GameStop. There's no way that you do that and then can come back to that GameStop.
Right. Well, like, I've done that job before because I worked in the electronics for Toys R Us for years, right? And I know what it's like to have that grandma come up and kind of help them buy a game for somebody. But I also didn't sit here and bullshit about a game that sucked. I'd be like, I would just straight out be like, no, that game fucking sucks, dude. You don't want to buy that. Like,
so I worked at Target for a while as a cashier, and I was like, can I please work in electronics? I want to work in video games. And there was just like, no, we don't have any spots, blah, blah, blah. There was one day where they were like, nobody from electronics showed up. Ryan, you can work it. But, you know, I was like, great. And the whole day people were like, it was really good. I got people that asked me about video games. This was around 2000. I want to say 2004, 2005-ish, one of those years. So what would we would have still like been in
end of the PS2.
Yeah, end of the PS2,
beginning
end of Xbox, beginning of. It was before 360.
Oh, okay.
So it must have been.
So that's
it must have been 2004. It must have been 2004. So yeah, so we're talking like original Xbox, PS2, and GameCube.
Right.
And people would ask me, is like, oh, you don't want that. This is a better game for kids. And it was so much fun. And
yeah,
it was great. My boss was just like, yeah, we got a lot of you got people saying that you were very helpful and that you're good in this department. I was like, great. Can I please stay in this department? No, we're moving you over here because you're such a good cashier that we want you in the front talking to people. And that's when I put in my notice and went to go work for my friend at KB Toys.
I just loved all the people that had come in and just because I worked during the like the Wii
just
U.
like talking about video games.
Yeah, but I loved all the people who
we had video games. Anyway.
I loved all the people who'd come in and just say, "Oh, can I just get the tablet for the Wii?" Oh no, it's a whole new console. You get it's a whole $300.
Yeah.
Oh, I just can't get the tablet for it. No, it should just be called something else.
Here's another thing. I worked at Sears when the Wii came out. And I worked in the electronics department. Sears doesn't sell.
Yeah, that doesn't exist anymore.
They don't exist anymore. But they didn't sell video games there. It was just the electronics department was flat screen TVs, sound systems, iPods, shit like that. But dude, that the couple weeks after the Wii came out, we literally started answering the phone. Thank you for calling Sears Electronics. We do not carry video games or the Nintendo Wii. How can I help you?
And just
yep. Because the first couple days it was just like, sorry, I was like, hi, you want to get into? Oh, sorry, we don't do video games here. What do you mean? We don't do video games. Used to, because Sears used to sell video games.
Oh, totally. That's where I got Sonic Adventure 2 for the Dreamcast.
World of Nintendo, dude. Out. So yeah, it literally just all of us in electronics. We didn't ask our boss. We weren't like we were just like, we're doing this, and if they have a problem with it, we can bring it up later.
Right.
And thankfully, I think our boss heard us do that once, and they went, "What's going on?" Is like, "Do you know what the Nintendo Wii is?" And it's like, I think so. I think he had kids. I can't remember. And it's just like, we don't sell video games. Everyone's trying to get the hot new video game. It's just saving us time. And he just went, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That job ruled until that guy, the guy that was our manager, our manager, he was, there was like a guy in charge of like all the departments and he was okay. And then there was a guy that was just the manager of electronics. And he was an old guy, and then he was kind of nice. He retired. They got a new guy who was active duty in the National Guard. Oh, and that guy was so cool. He was efficient, but he was closer to our age because we were all in our early to mid 20s, and he was maybe 30 something.
Okay,
but he wasn't a hard ass. He was very much like the boss that gets what's going on and was really cool. And then he got called into active duty, and they replaced him with some other guy that been from another department that had always been trying to get into electronics, but we kind of didn't want him there. And the first thing he did is fired a bunch of people, changed everything, and we were like, "This doesn't really work for us." And we'd be like, "Well, it works for me, and I'm your boss."
Ugh, what a shitter.
And so, it was super good. My favorite thing to do was he told me once I'd never equate to anything, blah blah blah. And so I got fired off the dumbest little thing of walking out the wrong. I asked, so there was a side door you had to walk in and out of, and you couldn't walk in and out the front door. And I was like, fuck this job. I'm going to go get a job at Circuit City. But I didn't want to walk all the way around. So I asked the boss above me, he's like, hey, I'm telling you, because if you ask, can I please just walk out this door today? It's going to save me a bunch of time. Oh yeah, that's fine. Next day I come in, well, you walked out the wrong door.
That's stupid.
Yeah, but I got permission. You didn't get permission from me.
Oh, fuck off. That dude's just a power tripping loser.
Yep. So it was really cool to come back a couple years later while I was visiting family in med school, and that guy's still working at Sears, and I went to see my friends, and he's like, what job are you working? I was like, oh, actually, I'm in med school. I think that guy worked there until he lost his job. I hope he's burning in shit.
He's probably
next
in a ditch somewhere.
Fuck that guy. Ford, I don't even remember his name. That's how much he doesn't matter. There's only one person I still talk to from my days at Sears, and that is my friend Rob, and he is now a wildlife firefighter.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah, he's super cool. Shouts out. He's definitely not listening to this. Shouts out, Rob.
Hell yeah.
4 jumping sushis.
Ooh.
I platinumed the PS5 version of Stray. You want to talk about that really quick?
Yeah, how'd you like it?
It was fine.
Yeah,
it was definitely everyone saw that trailer at the PS5 thing last year and was like, oh fuck, this looks so cool. And it was definitely not as cool as that looked. The game's only about there's a speedrun trophy where you can beat the game in an hour and 45 minutes.
Right. To
get the platinum, I basically played it 2 times. Once to go through with collectibles and once really quick. So and my collectible run was about 4 hours, but an hour of that was there's a trophy for taking a nap for an hour. So really it was only about 3 hours. right?
Yeah.
So it's, the thing is, it's like, oh, it's a little cat and blah blah blah. Jared, our friend Jared from Cheap Ass Gamer, called it baby's first horror game, which I understand because it's basically just another one of these, like, I equate it to, you've played this game a billion times. It's no different than any other one of these. I don't want to say walking simulator because it's not, because it's a lot like
it does have some platforming.
It's a lot like a smaller version of a Plague Tale.
Okay.
You ever play Plague Tale?
No. Actually, I think I played a small bit of it, but I didn't.
It's just one of those things where your character is in. It's a very linear game. It's based on chapters. Mm-hmm. There's a little bit of light collecting, a little bit of light traversal. There's enemies in this game, but there's no fight mechanic. There's only run away because you're a cat. So if I had paid money for this game, I probably would have been like, fuck. Since this game was free on PS Plus Extra, it was fine. Yeah, I'll probably go back and do the PS4 one in a little bit just because it's super quick.
I watched you play it for a good deal, and like, I really didn't see anyone talking about the game about 2 days after it came out, so that's why I knew, like, oh, I can miss this game. And plus, watching you play it, I kind of got everything I wanted from it, like, which like wasn't much. I didn't even want much from it.
The story of this game is ridiculous when you think about it. So the story of this game is you're a cat that gets into like this walled city that's entirely populated by robots and these little bugs. And through the story, you learn that it was a city of the future where all of these scientists came, kind of like a Rapture thing. We'll talk about that soon. And put their brains into robot bodies, and then had it's the upper class and the lower class, and the upper class is throwing all their garbage in the lower class. So the lower class is like, well, we need to create something to like get rid of all this garbage. And so they made a little bacteria that would eat anything, and then it mutated into creatures that are eating everything, like any organic material, even or inorganic material. So like they're bad to the robots too, because they'll just eat anything.
Yeah.
And so you get in and you meet these robots, and you're like, we got to get out. And these robots are like telling you, come over here and get these so you can escape to the outside, because the robots have been in there so long they forgot that they're people. They just think they're robots and they don't know what's outside the walls. And so you do this thing to get like to the outside, and the end of the game is the doors opening and you walk outside. But when you think about it, the cat doesn't speak English.
Okay.
So really what the story of this game is a cat goes in, sees all these fucking robots that are like, come this way. And the cat's like, okay, doesn't know that it's saving anyone. It's just trying to like be a fucking cat. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's kind of funny. Trophy wise. So there's one really fucking annoying trophy that like there's 12 chapters in this game. And in the second chapter, there's this sequence. It takes about a minute where you're running down a hallway from those little bugs that are busting out everywhere. Mm-hmm. And you have to get through that whole thing without ever getting, if you get grabbed, the screen goes red because they're like eating you and you have to like shake them off. So you have to basically do a run where you don't get grabbed once. And it took me like a good hour.
Jeez.
It was fucking hard. So like, once again, that 3 hour the time.
Yeah, it's just
45 minutes. Yeah. It's padded on that too. So that trophy sucks. All the other trophies are mostly collectibles. Like in every chapter, you got to do like a scratching post thing. You get all these badges. You got to nuzzle up on robots. You got to find all the sheet music. You got to find all the memories, shit like that. Mm-hmm. Then there's like fun little trophies. There's like a fun trophy for, you'll find these robots playing Mahjong, and there's a trophy for jumping up and ruining their Mahjong game.
Cute.
There's a trophy for finding this one specific television in the game and walking on the remote until it goes through all the channels. There's a bunch of trophies that are also like, just normal ones in the game. There's one for like jumping 500 times. There's one for going into a nightclub and scratching the vinyl. So you do like a, there's one part of the game where you get a UV flashlight that'll kill those little bugs. And there's that chapter, you just have to not kill any of the bugs. There's one for taking a nap. There's a dedicated circle is a dedicated meow button. You have to press it 100 times. There's one for jumping 500 times.
Hey, that reminds me.
There's one for dying 9 times. Get it? Ha ha ha. What's up?
The dedicated meow button. This is something I totally forgot to mention in our 24 episode. I said it to you on stream, but in the 24 game, there is a button. It's R2.
Yeah.
It is the announce button, because in the game, as Jack Bauer, you can be like, you can announce yourself to the bad guys, and they may give up and just throw their arms up and be like, oh, I surrender. And then you can go and arrest them and like put handcuffs on them. But the most fun thing is just to run around the whole game just going, CTU, Jack Bauer, like federal agent, and everywhere you go.
Federal agent, Jack Bauer.
But
Put up your hands.
The coolest thing was whenever you would need to kick a door down, I thought it was kind of neat that then you could hit the announce button. So you kick the door down and then be like, CTU agent, put your hands up. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. So, hey, shout outs to 24. That was kind of a little thing you did. So I love it when games put a talk button just like that. That doesn't do anything but that.
The trophy that's giving everyone problems is the complete the game in less than 2 hours. I did that whole run, even messing up a couple times in an hour 45, so I don't think 2 hours is too hard. I take it back. The trophy that everyone says sucks is that one for, it's called Can't Catch Me, but it's spelled CATCH, like ha ha ha, get a cat. And that's the one for getting through that section without getting grabbed. Apparently that sucks. Anyway, Stray, I would say this: if you have PS Plus, yeah, play it. It's fun. The cat is really cute. And you can dodge and duck and dive, and he does good jukes, and it's fun. If you were buying this game, I'd say don't. I'm going to give it a solid both on fun and on, because it is fun.
Okay.
But on everything, I'm going to give it silver. I'm going to give it a solid 3 out of 5. I think that's fair. That one trophy sucks, but the rest of them are pretty simple. You could get this platinum in an afternoon easily, even if you did have to play it 2 times, because you just play it again really quick. Unskippable cutscenes is kind of annoying, but whatever. There's only like one puzzle in the game, and it's super simple. But yeah, for fun, I somewhere between a bronze and a gold, depending on how much you like these types of. If you like these types of like chill, kind of go through exploration games, I'd give it a gold. If you're just like, I don't know, I don't really give a shit about trying to send a message, I'd give it a silver.
Okay, that's fair. I think those are fair ratings from just what I've seen. I've watched a bunch of people play it, and I just have no interest in it past that, because it seemed all kind of, I wouldn't say surface level, but like there wasn't a lot coming into the game. It was just, oh, hey, you're a cat. It just seemed like a concept.
Everyone's like, ooh, cat and robots. And there's like, what's the game here? And they're like, not much game, but exactly.
You could have a cool concept, and this is something I've learned in design, is just, you may have a cool concept, but that does not make a game. And that's kind of where I sit with this game, is it's like, yeah, it's an okay concept, but what is the substance here? And it's like, oh, well, that's all the substance is, your cat. And it's like, oh, so
you'll notice,
cool.
You'll notice as I platinumed that on the 30th. Now you'll notice a lot of games coming up. That's because I noticed something. And between now and then, I set a new record for myself for the entirety of July. Before, my record of most trophies a month was 2,567 back in May, when I started the whole going crazy with the London shit.
Right.
I hit an even 3,000 trophies this month because I noticed how much I had gotten. So we got Jumping Taco Turbo 4 times. We got Rainbow Mix 4 times. We got PJ Masks Heroes of the Night on PS4, because I got PS5 this morning, actually. I'll talk about that when I get to it. I want to talk about that really quick.
Sure.
We got the Jumping Sushi Turbo 4 twice. We got Welcome to the Mark Story in the World of Project Sunrise twice. We got Bowling Story 4 Mark version Project Sunrise twice. I went back and did all the European versions of Our Church and Halloween RPG Story 1, Story 2, Story 3, Story 4, and then Story 5 James version and Story 5 Scott version. Those were games that were actually very annoying and boring, but I did them because why not? And then I did Autumn's Journey, and then that put me at 2,999 trophies for the month. So I got 1 trophy in Capcom Fighting Collection, which I'm still working on. And that put me at 3,000. Now, for the month of August, it's 9 days in. You would expect me to have like another 40 trophies. In this entire month, I've only gotten 7 platinum trophies.
Which is, almost on pace for 1 a day.
I finished up Steam Tactics, which, if you remember, I talked about. That was that kind of very bare bones tactics game on the Vita that I was playing on airplanes. I did a stream on Office Hours with Dr. Ryan every Monday night, called the Live Vita Experience, where I just put my webcam in front of my Vita and played it.
That was a good stream. It was a really good stream.
Then I platinumed the PS5 version of 12 Minutes, and you're wondering why. It's on my PS5. I just want to get rid of it. Happy to say that game still sucks. Also happy to say, when we talked about how shitty it was because of the pro incest stuff, there's something I totally forgot to talk about there's an entire plot mechanic about drugging your wife and using her as bait.
That's awful. That's just awful.
You can pick up a cup, put water in it, grab some sleeping pills, give it to her. She passes out. Then you open the door and let the Willem Dafoe cop come in and find your wife laying on the bed alone, and then he'll turn on the light switch, which has a faulty wire, and he'll knock himself out. There's an ending too where you can get him up and like give your wife over to him and let him kill her Like you'll just hear the gunshot, and then it'll come out. It's like you did a good thing today. Anyway, that was 1,499. So new 2 milestones in one episode. We got 1450 with fucking Nickelodeon. 1,500 overall. The episode for the podcast, because we'll talk about fighting games for a second because I know you want to, but I don't want to. So instead, I'm going to cede my time to talking about Bioshock, which I've realized, I don't know why, every time we talk about top 10 games, I leave Bioshock off. It is one of my top 10 games of all time.
That's fair.
So that's what I'm going to, when we talk about fighting games for the fighting game episode, I'm going to talk about Bioshock because you fight against Angry Ryan. Next game was the Fruit Digger Saya. I got that. Next one was, I finally sat down and did Ark Survival Evolved using all the key commands. You know, they have an admin mode where you can just go in. The reason that sucks is because you have to, thankfully, if I didn't have a keyboard, that game would be impossible, but I had a secondary keyboard I could plug in, and it's puts there and it's like typing in, like, you have all these notes and there's a command to give yourself all the notes, but it'll crash your game and fuck everything up. So you have to sit there and for like, there's like hundreds of notes, be like, GM, give expert note 47. All right, press the button, then go back in, delete now 48, go back. And then there's also this one for like taming every animal. So it's like, you have this long string of code. It's like, all right, take out ankylosaur, put in parasaur, take out parasaur, put in beaver, take out beaver, put gigantic, you know, like a bunch of dumb shit like that. Yesterday at my office, in between patients, I platinumed Luckslinger on my Vita. That is a pretty easy peasy whatever game that I've played before on PS4, and you can get it in like 20-30 minutes. This was the Asian physical version. You know how I told you that they made a bunch of Vita games. So this one took about, in between patients, it took me about 2.5 hours because you can't just do some of the shit you can do on your PS4. So I actually had to play the game a little bit, and it was fun. Then between last night and this morning, I platinumed the PS5 version of PJ Masks Heroes of the Night. This might be the most boring game I've ever played.
If there was a like picture with the definition of baby game for babies, this is it. This is fucking game.
Okay, let me explain this game. I don't know what PJ Masks is. I know that my niece, who is like 3, likes PJ, or at least she liked it when she was 2 because she dressed up as Owlette for Halloween.
You were about to say Christmas, weren't you?
Yes, I was about to say Christmas. How did you know that I was about to say that?
Because the other day when we were like, you were hanging out and playing the game, you kept saying Christmas instead of Halloween.
I don't know. Anyway, it's some kid game, so it's like, oh, it's like Peppa Pig, but it's like, it's even worse. There's 16 levels, and every level is exactly the same. It starts, all the levels, they don't have enemies, except some of the enemies at the end. There's no fighting because they don't fight. There's these little robots, and if you touch them, you get hurt, but it doesn't do anything. All 16 levels is exactly the same. You have to get 200 crystals and 3 emblems, and you have to do that on every level to get the platinum. And the thing is that the first part of the level, the first 100 crystals or gems or whatever the fuck they are, is you're in a car or a plane or a submarine, and you have to like, all right, just, you know, it's either 3 lanes or it's 5 directional lanes. It's just, okay, they're coming up, move to the lane, get them, move to the lane, get them.
It's just an auto
And then when they
scroller.
do the 5 directional lane, though, they did this thing, and I don't know why, but it broke my fucking brain, where to show that it was where it was, the ones that aren't directly in the middle have little tails coming off of them.
Yeah.
But you think it's like, if it moves to the left, the crystal will be there and the tail will be coming off to the left. But the tail comes from the right to show you that it's moved to the left.
Right.
But me seeing that tail would, because of the 3D way that they like turn corners, I'd be like, oh, the tail's coming from there, I'll go to the right, and now I'd miss him. And if you miss him, you have to start the entire level over again.
Yeah. I can see that.
Boring. But, then the second part, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, like, because it makes sense when you're looking at it, and then once it's like in practice, it's. I mean, the game is not the best made game in the world, but
what? You're kidding?
It is weird, like, because when we were watching you play it, it was just like, I don't know how you know you're on these paths, but I mean,
after a while, I kind of got in the zone.
Right.
The second half of the level is the platforming part where you play as the 3 PJ Masks people. One's named Owlette. She's a girl that can fly. One's named Catboy. He can double jump. And one's named Super Gecko, and he can crawl on walls. And so every level is the only thing that changes about these levels is the background. They're basically just platforming parts where each person has 33, and one of them's going to have 34, or one might have 32. They're each going to have like the same amount of crystals. And you got to find their fucking emblem, which is not that. There's only one time that they actually hit it. The other times it's like, it's just fucking there. And it's so boring because the outlet sections are always the same. It's just run across, basically. Since only the cat boy can double jump, the rest of them only have like these gimmicks. So the Owlette character, she'll just run for a little bit. There might be one thing you have to jump on, and there'll be 1 or 2 crystals, and you hit a point where she could fly. And it's the same animation of sitting here for 5 seconds watching her jump up and going to fly. And then it becomes kind of like a less shitty Flappy Bird, where as long as you're holding A, she goes up, but if you don't, she goes down. And you just fly straight and get all the crystals and avoid these little like mines that are in the whatever. The gecko guy can crawl up walls, and it's the same thing of getting to him. When you approach a wall, it's a 5-second set. Like that's the biggest thing about this game, is that there's so much of these transitionals. It's that thing you hate of like taking the game away from you.
Yes. Yeah.
We're legitimate in complaining this time because they do it too much. And so every time he crawls up a wall, and then you have to crawl up a wall, and it's like, oh, it's like a maze because there's windows. So you got to go around, and you got to go up and get all the crystals, blah, blah, blah. And then the Catboy one he's the most annoying one because he's got the double jump, but because they can do that, what they do is they do a lot of splitting pass, but there's crystals up and down. So it's like, oh, you can go up or you can go down. It's like, I'll go up and get all the crystals. Then I have to go down and back. So basically you have to loop around. So you're just backtracking all the time.
Oh,
and in every single part, either the Owlette, the Catboy, or the Gecko parts, they'll come across an obstacle where they have to use their superpowers. And so like the Catboy one, they'll be like, oh, there's 2 paths. And then Gecko will come up, well, why don't you use your super Catboy hearing? And they're like, okay. And then it'll say, there'll be 3 buttons, and one looks like ears, and one looks like a lightning, and one looks like the other people. And it's like, sometimes they'll give you, ones that only the other people can do. But it's the same setup. Once again, taking the control out of your hands. It's this dumb fucking child being like, I can't get by this. What should I do? And then another child saying, you should do this. And then bring up you can't skip through any of this.
Right.
And you got to do it 3 times a level, and it's fucking boring, and just like it's like 10 to 15 seconds of just sitting there, and you think, oh, 10 to 15 seconds, that's not bad. Well, you got to 3 times a level, and there's 16 levels. It gets bad. And then the end of the level is always, I'll say this, they do let you skip the opening cutscenes, but they don't let you skip the ending cutscenes, because you got to fight, like, there's 3 villains. There's like Dr. Romeo, who's got a robot. There's the Night Ninja, who has his ninjalinos.
Oh yeah.
Can I say that? Is that allowed?
I don't know. It seemed kind of sketchy.
And then there's Luna Girl, and she's got the powers of the moon or something. And at the end of it, it's always the same thing. Whatever villain this level is about, you go against them, and then you have to you have a quick time event, but it's not a quick time. It's a slow time event where they go, all right, use your power, and then it'll just be whatever. All 3 of them get to use their powers. And it'll just be a screen of them sitting there, and then it'll say like circle. And until you press circle, you could just leave it there forever. No, there's no downside to not pressing circle. Also, if you press the wrong button, nothing happens. So what I do is I'll just when I hit it at the end of a level, I'll just turn away and do something else and just jam on all 4 buttons at once, and eventually it'll work. And then you have to do that 16 times to get all the trophies, and it's hell. And I did it, and I don't know why, but I did it to myself.
Yeah, that one you shot yourself in the foot on.
Yep, but it was funny.
That's fair.
You know what? I'll say this. As boring as it was, at least it was like I could do it, and I got into a flow where I was barely paying attention but still doing everything. Unlike like the art game was hard because it was just like you got to type in all this shit. And so it's like not only is it boring, but it's boring and it's taking my attention.
Right.
And like I would get into a state of doing it over and over again, and it's like, oh, I forgot one. Oh shit, now I have to go through this whole list, find the thing that I forgot to type in, then go to like the Wikipedia for the game and find out that code, or else I'd have to put them all in again. So like if you ask me which game would you rather platinum again, Ark Survival Evolved or PJ Mask, I'll do PJ Mask again, because it's boring and it's shitty and it's the most boring game I've ever played, but it takes none of my mental capacity.
That's fair. I think that's fair. And
I feel like talking about our shitty plats, it's okay that I do PJ Mask because that's on a disc, and like it took me
right. At least it's like a physical game, it's not as copy paste as the other ones that you platinum.
I mean, but it's definitely like Outright Games is the company that makes all these kid games. They made like the Fast and the Furious Spy Kids game. They made Peppa Pig. They made the Addams Family game. They made this. They're legitimate. Oh, I don't want to say legitimate. They are actual games. They're not just press X to get trophy.
They're just games for toddlers.
They're games for toddlers.
Right.
But I want trophy.
Right.
Give trophy to Ryan. They also made the DC game with that heinous fucking. I never talked about the heinous trophy in DC.
Oh yeah, the pets. Yeah.
So that game is basically Panzer Dragoon. You're either playing Crypto, which is Superman's dog, or Ace, which is Batman's dog, and you just have to make it to the end of the level.
Mm-hmm.
And you can fire. There's like a fire button, and you get like a side character. You can either have like Green Lantern's pet squirrel, the Flash's pet pig, or the Flash's pet turtle, or Wonder Woman's pet pig to give you like a secondary power for that level. And there's some boss fights. It's shitty, but like it is an actual game. Like there are fail states. You can get a game over, right?
Right.
And the platinums for that game are basically just play it. There's the side thing of getting these pets to break them back, and you can you have to set up an adoption agency for pets and pair them up with people by looking at like, oh, this person like this dog likes out open doors, and this person owns a ranch. Whatever, it's stupid. There's one for like there's a skill tree, but you get points. You get 1 point for every level, and you get a couple more points. There's not enough points to do that all unless you do the adoption thing. Mm-hmm. And that gives you enough points. But the one trophy that sucks is called Lexbot Lover. You have to get through it, and basically it's a pacifist run. You have to get through an entire level without killing any of the robot enemies. The problem with that is that the robot enemies basically try to kamikaze you, and if you run into one and they blow up and you get points, you still lose. And you have to do the whole thing over again. And those levels can be like 8 to 9 minutes long.
Oh, geez.
There's checkpoints, and there's a way to like, if you can make to a checkpoint and you don't hit anything, then if you do hit something, you just try to die on purpose. But the thing is, you have so much health. It's actually, there's like 3 checkpoints a level. So there's like 4 like sections of a level. Mm-hmm. And it's best to do it on the first level because it's the only one where they're like, you know, they have less of these the ones that run into you. But there's this section where you have to use your superpower, and if you use Batman's dog, it makes you automatically kill someone. I learned that halfway through because Batman's dog is actually the better of the two, as much as I like Superman more. Because everybody's got you've got like a superpower that when you build up a meter, you press triangle and use. Crypto's is like unlimited laser that just keeps lasering, and it's like super laser, and that's good for bosses. But the Batman's dog Ace has one where it automatically just like kills everything on screen. It it does because he doesn't have superpowers. So he's on a rocket pack and he's flinging batarangs. And like when you hit that button, it goes into like X-ray mode and, you know, puts a target on everybody on screen and kills them. So you have to be playing Crypto on the first level, and you basically just have to weave and bob. And I did that, and I made it to the last section. And right when I was almost done, one of those robots ran into me, and I didn't have enough time to die. And so the level ended. I had to start all the way from the beginning.
Ah, fuck that.
There's no way any kid is actually going to get that trophy. So whoever made that trophy, go fuck yourself. But yeah, that's the Platinum Report. This is, how long have we been going for?
About an hour and a half.
Damn, now it's time to do the episode. Well, this is going to be a split episode because this was going to be this was going to be hey, EVO just happened. Let's do an episode on fighting games. And I could still talk about that, but I realized when I was doing that, it's just like, I don't know if I could talk for an hour and a half. And then I played Bioshock, and I was like, I guess I could wait. Do we want to wait and do a Bioshock one later, or do we want to just talk about fighting games?
Ooh, we could do a Bioshock one later.
Let's talk about fighting games really quick.
Yeah.
And if there's enough that you feel like the episode is good,
yeah,
great. If not, then we're going to have a talk, and one of the upcoming games is going to become Bioshock instead.
I feel that. I feel it. I could do that.
Anyway. Fighting games. What did you want to talk about fighting games?
First off, you caught some EVO, didn't you?
Yeah, I watched a little bit with you. I don't give a shit about EVO anymore.
Yeah? What lost it for you this year?
I don't know. It's just like, maybe I just don't care about any of the games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit about Street Fighter V. I don't give a shit about Guilty Gear. Holy shit. For being the biggest game, I watched some Guilty Gear with you. That's the most boring fighting game on the planet.
You know, it kind of is. Like, I was having fun watching our friends James and Brad play it the other day, but on a big stage, I didn't care. It just wasn't flashy or exciting. The wall breaks didn't even, I don't know, they just felt kind of pointless. And I like Dragon Ball FighterZ, which is kind of the precursor to this game. It's the game that ArcSys was working on before this one, right? And that game is super flashy, super fun to watch. Love it. Great game. But yeah, Strive is it's not very fun to watch. And Street Fighter 5, it's like I like Street Fighter, or at least I like to watch it. But yeah, I'm kind of over Street Fighter 5 now. I think we've had it for long enough. I think I'm ready for Street Fighter 6. I'm very interested in Street Fighter 6. I can't wait for that game to come out. That's going to be really exciting. Mortal Kombat I never care about, so I didn't watch it.
Really quickly, I like Mortal Kombat, but I also feel like that game's been out too long that I've seen everything. You know what's funny about Guilty Gear Strive is that, you know, when we're talking about this, is like everyone likes Strive. I look at the Strive trophy list. What the biggest problem with platinum fighting games is that most of them put too much of an emphasis on the multiplayer trophies. It's like why I'll never get a Street Fighter Platinum, because they want you to play thousands and thousands of matches.
Games online, yeah.
But then there's games like Tekken where it's like, look, just play the game once, you'll be fine. Just play one game online. And I have the Tekken 7 Platinum because the Tekken 7 Platinum was fun because like it was play the story mode, play some of the arcade mode, and like it was literally like play a match.
Right.
Actually, let me look up exactly what it is so I'm not sounding like a big old dummy.
Yeah, they do.
We strive for accuracy at the name of this podcast that I was about to say, but I'm not allowed to say.
Yeah, be careful on that.
Oh yeah, here it is. You got to win one ranked match and win one player match, and win a battle in an online tournament, and fight 10 online battles total. So it was literally just like, hey, just do 10 online games and win one game in ranked. Which, because I was so low,
you're going to play someone around your level, yeah.
And I found, somebody, I forgot who I used, but I found the character is just like, all right, I'm going to win. Same with the player online match. And then the win an online battle tournament. Literally, I found a battle tournament called Trophies, and people would just like, trade wins.
That's fair.
But the rest of it is just play the fucking game. That's great. Strive does that, where the multiplayer trophies are, it's like, well, here it's fought a match in the open park, fought a match in the rank tower, complete the tutorial. And then you have to, I guess you can do shit in the online because there's like fish, customize your avatar and watch the replays. That's it. Everything else is done by itself. But then it does the opposite where it's got a trophy to beat like the hardest mode, beat the secret boss at the end of like extreme difficulty. Which you have to be good to do that. I don't want to do that.
I don't know. I feel like difficulties on a fighting game NPCs, or whatever, CPUs, there we go. I don't feel like they're all that bad, especially once you find something that's kind of cheesy.
NPCs can be fucking infuriating. Yeah. Do you remember back in the, okay, so maybe this is me being a little bit of an old school gamer, even though I'm only 2 years older than you or something? How much older am I than you?
A couple years, right? Because I'm 32. Yeah,
okay, I'm only 4 years.
Yeah.
Fucking Super Street Fighter on the Super Nintendo. If you made it to M. Bison without dying, they made M. Bison harder on purpose, where he would start to read your inputs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I think that comes from the game being an arcade game, where there's like, get these fucking quarters.
Yeah, for real. I mean, but that's what fighting games were meant to do back in the arcade era. So.
Maybe one day I'll apply them Guilty Gear Strive as a joke, but right now I'm not looking to do it.
Speaking of not too bad trophies with fighting games, we did talk about Nicktoons a little bit. Those trophies weren't too bad though, were they?
No, those trophies were not bad. So there's in the Nicktoon trophies, the ones that I was worried about is there's one for, first of all, you have to beat the game with all the standard brawlers. What that means is everybody but the DLC characters.
Right.
That just took some time. You can put it on easy and give them all one life, so it's like whatever. Then there was complete an entire arcade run without dying, very simple. Complete the arcade run on the highest difficulty. That one I was a little scared of, and defeating 3 level 9 CPUs at the same time in a team battle, and I was scared about those until I learned my favorite character in the game, Rapture, who's just got a move where he's got a down B move where he just like throws fire, and even at level 9 these fucking idiots just jump at you. Right. They jump into the fire and they kill themselves.
Yeah, it's really not that hard.
I would say the longest and hardest ones were like, even like in the sports games, win the game with a CPU with a 10 score lead. You can put the CPU at level 0 where they literally just stand there and don't move.
Right.
And so you can just score on it. The longest ones were playing 50 local matches because that's just setting up the match. What I would do is I'd set up the match to one, what's called life. and just walk off the stage against the CPU, and I would just walk off the stage, and I do that 15. And then there was playing 50 online quick play matches with you, which was the same thing. Yeah. Setting up a time where I could sit here and just walk off the stage. There was one that was a little tricky for defeating an opponent with a higher ranking win than you 5 times in online mode, where basically you and I had to keep trading wins to make our rankings higher than each other, so we could each get it. But no, this was a pretty simple platinum. Apparently also, in the PS5 version at least, if you just want the platinum and you have a friend who's got the platinum, if you go over to their house and log in as a second account on their
does it just PS5, pop for them?
It just pops.
That's insane.
Another game that does that is Cuphead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you platinum Cuphead, a friend can come over, play 2-player with you, and they'll get all the trophies on their account. Huh. Yeah, so this wasn't a bad platinum. Also, I made it a milestone platinum because the dude that Flea plays on the Wild Thornberries is the platinum trophy. And although I hate the Wild Thornberries, I do like that Flea is that guy going
that character.
So I thought that was a pretty good. It should have been SpongeBob. Should have been the platinum.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say that up right.
SpongeBob is one of the best characters in.
There were some characters in this game that I've never fucking. No, Reptar is the best character in that game. There were these characters from some show called The Loud Family. I've never fucking heard of.
I've heard of it, but it was something that it's past my generation, so I never really cared about it too much. And it's not like the Cartoon Network series of late Adventure Time, regular show, Steven Universe. I'm all in on those. Those are fine. And I feel like
I want to be annoyed. One really quick. This is something we don't ever really talk about, but I want to be annoyed at the trophy list because all of the trophies are cartoon or Nicktoon characters, pictures. I said, there's one for Powder Toast Man. There's also ones for characters that aren't in the game, like Cat Dog is a trophy, but also that little blue mouse guy is a trophy.
Oh yeah,
so it's some of the. But okay, so my favorite person in that game to use was April O'Neil, and she's not even a trophy in this game. What the fuck?
Come on,
I like the way April.
That's some sexism right there. That's exactly what that is.
It's definitely not because there's a bunch of ladies. It's just they didn't put April O'Neil in it.
But the most badass lady of them all? Come on.
Well, Sandy Cheeks is a trophy, and she's pretty badass. She wrangled the Alaskan Ballroom by herself. Okay, so other fighting games that I've gotten platinums in. See, this is why I think this is not going to work as an episode.
Oh, yeah?
Because, how do we go? We're not going to go the whole time. I'm going to talk about how I got the platinum in Injustice 2. Because the Injustice 1 platinum is bullshit because you have to do, all of their training modes 3 stars and they're fucking impossible. But in Injustice 2 it's pretty simple except for one trophy where you have to get Injustice has this thing where you can get gear, and they added to Mortal Kombat 11. The thing is you can also get moves, which sucks. And one of the trophies is using Catwoman's this move that she can only get through their multiverse mode where you do towers to get loot boxes, and that's the only way to get it, and it's almost impossible to get it. And I had to use a cheat when it first started where they patched this out now, but basically every day there would be a special tower for one character that would guarantee a loot box with their gear in it that would have a move. And the day that Catwoman came up, I just sat there and you would do the tower. And if you didn't get it, you could download, you could go and save scum it. But the thing is that it would save scum. It was kept player side if you had done the tower or not, but it was kept server side if you've gotten anything from the boxes. Oh. So I basically had to do it, open the box. If it wasn't the move, re-download my save data and do it again. But thankfully I wouldn't get that same move that I gotten before because it was in my inventory, but it didn't know that I had done it. And I spent 4 hours just sitting there doing this tower over and over again. And then I had to level up every character to the max level, which basically just meant putting the AI on and letting them do infinite towers by themselves. It's a very boring game. Mortal Kombat 11 had a pretty good platinum.
I'll actually shit on Injustice a little bit just because I feel like it's ruined DC a little bit.
No, I like
the comics. Because there was the comics that they put out alongside of it, and they didn't sell very well, but they started to take over the identity of what DC Comics was. And they kind of wanted this
dark.
I don't know if dark is even the right word. It's just brooding and just everyone's mad and it just feels like teenage angst.
Yeah, you know what happened? That used to be Marvel and DC used to be Shining Justice, and then the MCU came out, and now the MCU is Shining Justice, and DC's we gotta now they gotta make the show that's fuck Batman. Remember that show?
Yeah.
The Mortal Kombat 11 had a really annoying trophy in completing all their advanced tutorials because like those button presses are no fucking joke. But it was mostly just play the game. Like the online mode was like you had to like play 50 casual modes, casual games. You had to like pay 100 total respect during King of the Hill, which is when somebody fights in King of the Hill and you're watching, you can give them 1 to 10 respect. So you basically just have to watch 10 King of the Hill modes and give 10 respect. That wasn't too bad. You have to do a lot of like 250 times. It was a lot of just like grinding, but it wasn't that hard. There was one trophy that was really fucking hard to like. They brought back the crypt of this game, which if you've never played any of the previous ones, starting at Mortal Kombat 5, which was I think was that Deception. Deadly Alliance.
Yeah,
that was on. I had that on GameCube. That was probably my favorite Mortal Kombat up until this one. They started this thing called the Crypt, where with a K, of course, where you could get coins for like different types of coins for doing like the story mode or doing online mode or just playing the arcade, and use those to like unlock new fatalities and new costumes and funny videos. The Cooking with Scorpion video is from that game. If you've ever seen that, you should watch that.
Okay, gotcha.
So, have you seen that?
Yeah, I have seen that.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's a classic.
If you haven't seen it, pause right now, go to YouTube, type in Cooking with Scorpion.
Check it out.
But so they brought that back, and there's a lot of like trophies tied to the crypt. Like there's one for running 5 miles where I literally just had to like rubber band my controllers and run in a fucking circle. But then there was this really fucking hard one for impaling a head on a warrior shrine. And the only way to do that was to do 50. I think it wasn't based on the character he's using. It was based on the character you were playing. And you either had to do 50 brutalities or 50 fatalities against the character in the tower mode. Well, the thing about that is it was very fucking hard and no one wanted to do it. And then one night, I remember it because I got this at 1:00 in the morning on May 1st, 2019. At 1:00 in the morning, this happened. The game updated at like midnight, and I just happened to like I couldn't sleep. I was up. I was looking at the trophies, what I had to get left, and I looked in the message board for the game on PSN profiles, and someone's like, "New glitch in the game. You can get all the heads without trying." And so it was this thing where you could log into the crypt, and if you kept X held while you loaded in and ran over there and looked at a thing and let go, it would just give you it would unlock any collectible, including those heads. And so all of the hardest trophies within like 2 minutes you could get. And I remember people being pissed. It's like, anyone who does this, Warner Brothers and NetherRealm are going to find your account and they're going to delete you and you're not going to be able to play online.
You're never going to play video games ever again.
And
you're going to be arrested and we don't like you.
Yeah. What was great was my response at the time was like, okay, cool. I've got my trophy and you don't. Have a great day. But also they never did that.
That is so fucking funny.
And then when the Mortal Kombat 11 came out on PS5, there wasn't a pure auto pop, but it did auto pop a lot of the like
harder
doing
ones.
Things like the hard, like that trophy got auto pop for me. I had to like, I didn't have to I had to maybe did I have to replay the story mode? I had to like redo all the fatalities, I think, but that's like, that was just going into there's a trophy for each character for doing two of their fatalities. So I think I just had to like go in to training mode, or not training mode, go into like arcade mode and just do everyone's fatalities again, which takes like no time. No, I don't think I had to redo story. I didn't have to redo story mode, which would have been the long part. I think the biggest thing I had to do is I didn't have to do 250 towers, which is nice. The bigger things I had to do was like I had to play 100 matches online.
Ooh. But I mean, that could be kind of fun, yeah.
No, it wasn't. I don't. What else are we going to talk about on this episode, fighting game wise? Like, I've got the platinum in Neo Geo's Samurai Showdown Collect. Like, normally, even with the Lego ones, we had something to talk about. This just seems like this was a bad idea, unless you got something to talk about.
I don't know. I mean, I was just gonna kind of get your read on fighting games for like
Bioshock,
the past, like...
you play as this character named Jack. You're on a plane. It's 1960, and you're going over. It's 1966.
You know, if we do Bioshock now, this is going to be a 3-hour episode, right?
Who cares? Have you ever played Bioshock?
Yeah, I love the first one.
Great. So you're going over the Atlantic Ocean, and it opens up with this nice story where your parents are like sending you on a trip, and all of a sudden the plane goes down, and you land in the ocean, and it's a really cool scene. They did such good water physics in this game, and you find this lighthouse, and you're like, "What the fuck is this lighthouse?" You go inside, and all of a sudden there's this thing called Rapture, and there's this man named Andrew Ryan. It's got a great banner that says "No gods, no kings." Because if you don't know, this game is an allegory for
where
Atlas
everyone's
Shrugged
suffering,
by
see, that's
Ayn
the thing.
Rand.
Okay, so
You know what that is?
It's
Yeah.
weird. It's even worse than that because like he fucking hates. Okay, so you get
because he
into this
doesn't like
city.
communism.
Everyone knows this.
Be
Why should
not
I
the
share?
parasite
But he doesn't like
who would
America.
hack my vending
because
machine.
He doesn't
That's
like that the
actually
government
like a
gets
fucking
audio log that you have to
Right.
find is like a secret city
Oh, it's so
that basically
fucking
the rich
funny.
and powerful live in, and then that for 14 years, and then all of a sudden there's these scientists down here, and they find these little sea slugs on the bottom of the Atlantic
religious
Ocean
interference
that
in
are
America.
So he's like, I'm gonna go
Filled with
build my own
stem
fucking
cells,
city,
basically.
and there's a whole book on the building of Rapture, and I bought it. And I still have never read it. It's like a prequel novel called Rapture. Not only can we build whatever we want, but then so he built Rapture in 1946, and people are using it to become. So the next like 14 years, Rapture flourishes. It becomes like this jewel that no one severely like.
Sneaking that in right there.
Sneaking what? What are you talking about? It's a normal phrase. And so the first couple, it's really cool. The first couple levels of this game are pretty simple. It's just
the
hey,
game, technically.
we need to get to Andrew Ryan's the fall of Rapture, which is in the base of Hephaestus, which is at the bottom of the seafloor, and it's by an active arriving Rapture, and this guy active sea vent. The way that they get all of their power is from plaster and makes them bunnies, and you're trying to do his quick croc. I forgot how it's like triptych, but for 4. But basically, he wants you to kill 4 important people, take the photographs of them dead, and then Center Cohen is this casino machine. What's the casino machine? I'm so stupid. So Rapture's not only a slot machine, but that one can take forever because like on one playthrough back in the day, I got in that like 5 minutes, but this one took me like 45 minutes of playing over and over again. It's very bad. But I think Fort Fog is probably one of the better levels. That shows you the whole story of the game. Center Cohen, that's where you shows the most important part of the game, which is you finally find out do whatever you want. This is the twist. This is the would you kindly that anybody probably heard of this, but sort of like you get down there and you find out not only is your character Jack only about 2 years old and has been aged, but I think that's a very good level. And then after that, we do get into Hephaestus. This is where the game changes fully. Hephaestus is where Andrew Ryan has in the second half. You go down there, and that is where they're linear, but I think it's all vertical, really, because you're going through all these apartment buildings, and they're just kind of there. But it's still great. I don't want to talk down into it too much. And also, you go through this great piece where you have to basically fight against Frank Fontaine, and he's put another code into called Code Yellow.
So, with fighting games, I know, and also, hey, there might not be a lot to talk about, but that's okay because then we do have 3 emails too. So it's like,
okay,
having a smaller conversation, but it's more, I want to get the pulse of fighting games as a whole because I think we're in a unique time for fighting games right now.
You know what I will say? I'll say this because this is a trophy podcast as well as a video game podcast. I'll say this. I feel like when it comes to fighting games and trophies, there is definitely, when you try to play a game, okay, a lot of fighting games force you to play online, which I hate, right?
Right.
And when you try to play online, it's like, okay, I need to do this thing for the trophy. The minute somebody finds out you're trying to do something that you want to do for a trophy, it's less about playing the game and now the more like they're actively trying to fuck your day up.
Right. They're trying to prevent you from getting what you want.
And that sucks.
Yeah, I've got a question.
Yeah.
What if they met fighting games with this logic, right? Maybe put those I don't see okay, and I also don't know how this would work because I don't know the intricacies of how you would set up a trophy list in a PlayStation game. So, what if they set up those like online, the hardcore trophies, like still have them in the game, but maybe make them like the DLC trophies or something, you know, like the new game plus trophies, the ones that don't count towards the platinum, but maybe towards the 100%, right? Like give the trophy list of your game maybe some more unique stuff to challenge yourself towards. And then the ones that are like, go play 500 ranked games and get to Diamond League. Make those the ones that don't count towards the platinum. Maybe would that? You want to know a game that I really wanted to? You know, a game I really wanted to play whose trophy list ruined it is that Power Rangers fighting game, the one that just came out. Yeah.
But that trophy list literally is just like play 1,000 matches and get to the high Diamond Ultra Master League, and it's like.
there's one trophy for like playing the story, and that's it.
Yeah.
And the rest of it is literally just play 7,000 matches. And I'm just like, why? I don't understand why anyone would think that, because they don't give a shit about trophies. That's what it is. And I think I have to realize that some people just don't fucking care about trophies.
I don't even know if it's that. I think it's just, I don't know. There is something to winning 1,000 matches, right? And then being like, look, I won 1,000 fucking matches at this game. I put my 10,000 hours in. I have the badge to display of that, you know?
Yeah.
But there is something that I think kind of takes away from the FGC or like the FGC community as a whole for people who like fighting games, but you know, they're not going to be the ones that sit there and grind it for 10,000 hours, you know?
Well, I think that is the FCG. The FCG is you find 1 or 2 games you like and that's all you play. And that is the antithesis of me. I'm like, I think I've said this. I equate my playing trophies like I'm a fucking shark. I have to always be moving. And that's why I haven't gotten the platinum in like Final Fantasy 14 with you, because the thousands of hours you have to put in to get one trophy. It's like, but in that time, I could get so many more. And that's a problem with the whole idea of getting numbers.
Right.
Which you're trying to break me of by me not playing any of these shitty games.
Right. See, I just think that it's kind of interesting too that all these fighting games, we haven't like figured out another trophy to put into the game. We don't have like, you know, they're all just kind of carbon copies of each other.
You know who
just like do the same things in each game to get the same kind of trophy.
Good versions of that is Injustice. Injustice 2 had a bunch of trophies for like beat this person with this move.
Right, yeah, like
Injustice 1 had a trophy where it was Batman has to beat every villain.
Okay, that makes sense.
You know, that's cool.
I think I don't know, but I would assume there's one in like Dragon Ball Fighter Z where it's like beat Cell with Gohan using the Kamehameha. You know,
I do not believe so.
Like that. That would be way more interesting if they had that kind of system to it instead of just you play 50 games, play 10 games offline, play 10 games with a friend, play fucking 10 games with your hands tied behind your back. Like those are all boring, and every game has those. So I'm kind of wondering why. Well, I mean, I guess I know the answer, but why not do anything interesting?
Dragon Ball is an ultra rare platinum due to one trophy.
Oh, what is it like? Play 500 games online?
Acquire 2 million zenny. The thing is, so when you play matches, you get money that you can spend. I think on like a normal match, you only get like a couple hundred or maybe 1,000.
Right.
So to get 20 million is apparently there have been ways to get around it. There's like a login bonus daily where you can like accidentally fuck with shit, but still it takes hours and hours and hours. But yeah, the Dragon Ball trophies, once again, boring.
Yeah,
it's
so
arcade mode, play the story mode, get to link level, get to level 40, shit like that. Like we were gonna play the idea was that we were gonna play Jump Force for this episode before it went down. Thankfully I think it already went down, or it's about to.
I think it goes down tomorrow.
Okay, well, fuck. We never did it.
We could still do it.
I don't want to. Yeah, I had like I won one ranked match and one friendly match, and those are the only trophies I'll ever get in this game.
Here's the story with Jump Forces. We were like legitimately trying to like fight each other with it real quick, and like I don't know. I figured out the cheese real fast and just ran with it, and it became not so fun for Ryan.
Because I don't know what it is. Jump Force doesn't play like a normal fighting game. Like it doesn't do like the, even like a 3D Tekken thing or a 2D Street Fighter thing. It's like some kind of like you're in this arena and you've got 3 characters, but you only have to knock out one of them. And just the moves don't make any sense to me. And you're sitting here like, oh, I get it. And you just pick some lady who would spam some kiss move. And that's all you did. And it's just like, I'm not having a good
Bo
time.
Hancock, fucking...
Who's that from?
Excellent One Piece character.
Of course, it's from fucking One Piece.
Yep. I always played with like just the One Piece team. Like it was like Boa Hancock, Luffy, and I want to say maybe Sabo. I can't remember who was else on the team. But I don't know. Like that game.
The thing is, even if we did what we needed to get the trophies that are going to be unattainable, which is like play it was only like play 100 matches online and get like these titles, but you got these titles basically from like there's 30 characters. You get you need 50 titles. You get one for playing each character once, and you can pick 3 at a time. And then you get one for playing each character 10 times. But the thing is, you can easily get that with the the other whatever 20 matches or whatever you need.
Right.
The thing is, like, the actual single player part of that game, you have to play on the ultra hard difficulty and get S ranks, and it's just like, oh, I played this game and I realized while we were playing it, I don't understand this game, and I don't want to take the time and effort because, number one, who gives a shit about jump force? And that's the whole thing with the FCG is like, hey, I've played Street Fighter. I like Street Fighter. I'm okay at Street Fighter. I'm going to get in the lab and spend 6,000 hours practicing these combos Street Fighter.
Right.
That's never going to be me. I have to be constantly moving to the next, whatever the next thing is. And that's why I play single player games only, because I like a game that ends.
Right.
I would equate a lot to the same problems of the SCG is like why I don't play games like Apex, why I don't play games like Fortnite, why I don't play games like
they're never ending. They don't have an ending to them. They're just they're time wasters, but they're great time wasters at the same time. I get that. One question I did want to ask you is if there were ever to be the fighting game that you wanted to grind at, what would that fighting game be?
That's already out?
No, it could be. I guess it could be one that's out, but like if there was to be one, like would it be like Tekken or Street Fighter, or what would you go
I mean, I guess for the joke, it would just be the best I could at Persona 4 Ultimax. Persona Arena, just because it's Persona based. But I played that too, and it was the same thing. It's just like, hey, I bought that game and I played the story mode for a little bit, and then I looked at the trophy and it was like, oh yeah, do 100% of our challenge modes that are all like shit hard. And I was just like, you know what, fuck this. I don't have time for this. I like finding games that are quick and easy and you can just play by yourself. That's why I have like the hardest one I've probably done that's actually skill based was probably Samurai Showdown Neo Geo Collection, because like some of those bosses are hard. Now, thankfully, that was helped by being a thing where you can make save states. But like I'm playing the Capcom Fighting Collection, and that's fun. But also it's fun because I can put it on easy difficulty, one stock, and just beat the shit out of people and see cool moves.
Right.
The game that I'm probably the okayest at is Third Strike, and that's only because I figured out a couple combos on Chun-Li and I can just do them. And if you're not good at the game, I'll beat the shit out of you. If you are good at the game, I'm fucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like outside of the trophies, it's just do you feel like we're a little inundated with the same games? Do you think there should be like a new era of fighting games? Like we're maybe past Street Fighter and Tekken and Mortal Kombat being the game, and King of Fighters, like games that come out I wouldn't say year over year, because it's very obvious they don't, unless they're putting up updated versions, i.e. like Capcom does with Street Fighter 5, like the Champion Edition, Ultimate Edition, whatever it may be called nowadays. But do you think there's a what's the word? Do you think there's like a field or something that hasn't been? Well, fuck. What am I trying to say? Do you think there's just room for another fighting game to come in and maybe? I mean, what's the last new fighting game that you can think of? The last new fighting game that I can think of is Skullgirls. Yeah, Skullgirls is like the one that comes to mind, and even at that, I don't think they're gonna, I mean, it's been going for years and it's got a dedicated fan base. Like it had its time at EVO this year, but it's also just like, I feel like studio has had a lot of troubles in the last 6 months too. Yes, that's true. But I mean, is like, I feel like you've got fighting games are Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, or whatever. I guess that Grand Blue game, that was a newer one. Fighting games aren't franchises. Fighting games are companies. It's whatever Capcom puts out. It's whatever NetherRealm puts out. It's whatever the Guilty Gear guy puts out. It's whatever the Tekken guy puts out. And sure, it's like the only one that changes there is that Capcom might put out Street Fighter, but you could put out this Capcom Fighting Collection, but that doesn't really make it big. That doesn't really see. The only company that makes a different game is NetherRealm, and that's just because Mortal Kombat and Injustice are basically the same game. Right. There's no, the only difference between Mortal Kombat and Injustice is that they play the same, but the difference is like X-ray mode versus doing a super, which does kind of the same thing. Yeah,
that's it. They're
basically they're basically the same, just different rosters.
Which I love watching Mortal Kombat. I hate that like in pro Mortal Kombat, they're like, we don't have time for fatalities. You can't do fatalities because that takes time. It's like, then why are you playing a game with fatalities in it?
Yeah, they should really just let that happen. I mean, it's kind of the whole point of Mortal Kombat, or at least that's the glory side of it. That's the more flashy side that other games don't have, is that move that you can do that is basically just Fortnite flossing on top of your other player. But
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just feel like fighting games are something that we've always had, right? But they're just something that, especially in this year's EVO lineup, just kind of feels so lukewarm nowadays. I really feel like there needs to be a good shakeup to the fighting game community. And of course, I mean, that even multiverses, it's like, yeah, it's just kind of Smash Brothers. Like, what is so interesting about it? It's like, well, yeah, the 2v2, which is interesting because on EVO's stage, which arguably the biggest stage in fighting games.
It is. We were talking this when in the Street Fighter 5 finals. It was this dude from America versus where's the other guy from?
In the finals?
Yeah, it was that Idom guy versus, is he from?
I think it was
Japan?
a Japan player. Was it Kawada or something?
Yeah, something like that. And the Americans never won EVO, never won Street Fighter. And this seemed like the closest to come, and then he fucun beefed it in the end.
Yeah. He had the bracket reset too, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
Like, he was so cool. But hey, that Street Fighter run, Street Fighter 5 was so fun to watch this year. It was a really, really fun bracket. IDOM's run all the way to grand finals, and then the reset for loser grand finals, like, super, super fun. That
would have been super more fun if he had fucking won.
Yeah, and honestly, it was way more hype than Guilty Gear, because I did
also,
end up
Guilty Gear went to like 4:00 in the fucking morning.
That, like it.
But anyway, what I'm saying is that after that guy lost, you're saying EVO's the best. After that guy lost, we were hanging out with Brad and James, and they were just like, "Oh, there's still the Capcom Cup. That's bigger." I was like, "No, it's fucking not. Nobody gives a shit unless you win EVO. That's the only thing that matters to people that aren't hard. Like the only people that care about the Capcom Cup are the people at Capcom Cup. For people like us who don't really watch that shit, it's like it's EVO or it's nothing. EVO is fighting games.
That's fair. I mean,
PlayStation.
I definitely watch a lot of Smash Brothers, obviously, but I don't know. Looking at just entry numbers, it kind of baffled me whenever I saw that it was like only a few thousand players, like, for the top game.
I mean, we're also still.
Yeah, I guess we're still in a pandemic, so I guess those numbers should be a little lower. I guess I was just more shocked that our numbers in the Pokemon community, like in the trading card game, are roughly that of the fighting game, and I always just assumed that there were going to be more players for fighting game tournaments, and especially a bigger prize pool. But I guess a lot of these companies have their own circuits that they put the money in towards, so EVO is still that tournament that's it's held by a third party, and it's all crowdsourced money, basically.
EVO's not held by a third party.
Well, I mean third party in the sense of Capcom isn't hosting it, Arxis isn't hosting it. It's a third party that hosts it. So like the Capcom Cup, they're a first party for their game and their tournament and hosting. But
it's PlayStation.
Yeah, but
they're first party.
They are a first party company, but they are a third party host. Is what I'm trying to say.
No.
Because it's like Pokemon, like, right? All the Pokemon tournaments are run by TPCI, which is a first party host for Pokemon. But if Pro Play Games wanted to host a tournament, they would be a third party host, even though they are like a massive, tournament organizing, entity. They are still a third party for the game since they don't own or run it. And then all the money that they would be getting from it would be coming from, a third party source, i.e. like being the fans that come and pay to, entry, and that goes towards the pot, or finding sponsors that could pay for it. But with Sony hosting, did they not add into the prize pool? Or
I don't fucking know.
Because it didn't seem like it to me.
This is a trophy podcast. Why are we talking about prize
we're talking. This is how you get money. Hey, prizes are trophies at the end of the day.
No.
Yeah, absolutely.
You spend money, you keep trophies.
You could save.
Oh, I platinumed JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle. That's a really good fighting game.
Yeah,
because you just basically played JoJo.
I think I might buy the remake of that.
Yeah, I might too.
Or the remaster, or whatever.
It was a fun platinum to get.
Yeah,
basically just you play the game. That's it.
Yeah,
you do these like secret missions. Like basically, it's the storyline of you have to play all 8 seasons of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh, okay.
And like every season is like a couple fight, like 5 or 10. I don't remember how many, but like every time you'll fight, be like there'll be the secret missions on this fight. It's like do this move, do that move. You just have to do 50 of them. That's not hard. And then there's like one for like after you beat all that, you have to do all the dramatic finishes, which are there are special like if like Jotaro fights Dio and you beat him on a specific stage in a specific way. Or like if you kill somebody on the stage from Diamond is Unbreakable, they go into the back alley and the ghosts get them. Oh, that's a back. Yeah, there's shit like that. And then there's like, fun things like use Jotaro to stop time during Dio's move. So yeah, you should play this game. This is a fun game. Yeah. It's not that hard. And the only reason I got the platinum for it is because up until this remake, it was an expensive game that you could only get physically. So it was fun to get that.
Yeah, I think I'm just like looking for something new in fighting games. Yeah.
Dive Kick is a great fighting game. Play Dive Kick.
Yo, Dive Kick is great.
I'm the first person in the world to finish all of the story modes in Dive Kick on PS3.
Oh shit! Congratulations.
I got a copy of the game early, and I just played all the story modes.
Yeah.
Other platinums, other games that I've gotten all the trophies for in fighting games. How about Sonic the Fighters and Virtua Fighter 2? That was Sonic on the PS3. 3. All of those Sega like oh, you know what? Here's a platinum I got. Or I'm just looking through. I got all the trophies in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.
Hey, there you go.
On PS3 and Vita. Those games
hey,
suck.
That's another Smash kind of clone.
That's the worst Smash clone.
Yeah.
You ever play this game?
No, but I know that you have to like kill on supers, and that's just stupid.
The only way to kill is on. So basically, you're only fighting because when you hit, you get super meter. And they'll like maybe you'll make people drop orbs, which is their super meter. And then the only way you can score a kill is on super. And there's 3 levels of super. One is level 1 super is always like you have to hit them with it, and if you do, it's a kill. Level 2 is usually like an area thing, and level 3 is everybody all at once. It's usually either like Raiden will jump off the screen and get a gun, and if you shoot the gun at the screen, you can kill him. Or like the Big Daddy will fill the arena with water, and if you can just touch somebody, they're insta killed. That game was fucking annoying to platinum because there were all these online modes, and it was me trying to do it before the game went down. Oh, and gosh. So thankfully there were people who are like, okay, we know what we're doing. Let's all get on at the same time.
Right.
And for the PS3, that was great. On the Vita, no one really wanted to do that. So it was me trying to do this shit on the Vita while people who had like put thousands of hours of this. So it's like you get an overall level for how much you've played. So it's like, I was level 12. And then you get against, okay, who's this person? Oh, he's level 347. Oh, and I swear he knew the game was going down, and all he did was go to mess up people's fun time.
Yeah, just to block everyone. That's yeah. I kind of like it though. Like that's cool.
That's another reason I don't fucking like getting
I mean that's
for fighting games fair. Is because there are people online who are fucking annoying.
Right. I accept that. That's understandable. I don't know. I think I'm ready for Capcom to just kind of like, I don't know. You have so many other fighters that you can make, and they just choose not to. It's like, what if we just didn't do Street Fighter for like 3 years and maybe did Darkstalkers? Just a brand new Darkstalkers.
I mean, they did that with the they put out the fucking Capcom Fighting Collection.
Yeah, but that's not like, that's not their flagship fighter for the moment. Like, what if they did the Capcom Cup? But it wasn't Street Fighter as the thing. It was just
that'll never fucking happen. But that's not based on. That's just based on money.
I mean, that's understandable. I guess it's just. I don't know. I feel that we'll fall into that loop when Street Fighter 6 comes out, and it will just be like, "Oh, this sucks," and then they'll like it a year or two later. But it's like, why not just try? I guess this is my complaint in a lot of things right now, where it's just like, why not just try something new for a little bit?
We have to rate something to end this. I mean, I rated Stray, but this is the fighting game.
Let's rate EVO. What do you rate EVO this year?
Because then we can't 0. EVO's boring. We need to rate a video game, because then at the end of the year, when we do the best games of the year, everything that we've rated is capable of being.
We the game that we did play, the game that was the platinum for this one was Nicktoons All-Star Battle. Yeah, but what is your rating on that?
Oh, bronze. It's boring.
Oh man.
Trophies, I'm going to give it a gold because they're fucking easy. The only reason it doesn't get a platinum is because you have to do the 50 online quick play matches.
Look,
I just found that game so fucking boring.
I mean, I guess that's fair. It was really fun in that, you know,
I've still got to do it again on PS4.
It was fun in the first like 2 months of the game coming out because, you know, there was a community playing it, and I had friends that like we would play, you know, here and there. But
do we know, is there cross-play in that game? So if I do the PS4 version, can you play with me on PS5?
Well, I mean, I have it on PS4 too, but it's like,
oh great. I'm gonna get that.
There is going to be cross-play, but again, it's like I was saying earlier, the devs just are not communicating with the fan base at all.
The game's dead and over. They put in Garfield and they put in Shredder, and then they're like, "Fuck this game, we're out." So
I think Hugh Neutron came out today too, or comes out tomorrow. Yeah, from
whatever
his dad.
Oh, okay. Can't get any trophies with Hugh Neutron, so
yeah.
Actually, that's not true. I just have to play through the story mode with him and play arcade mode with everybody but him. But I'll hit you up in the future, and we'll do the same thing again. And we'll both. Did you ever go back and get the platinum in PS5 version?
No, here because this is the unique thing, right?
Yeah.
I have all the trophies on Steam except for those 2 last ones, which are the 50 quick play, and I think there's like one other one that I don't have, but I don't know what it is. It's
similar with a higher rank 5 times.
No, because I've definitely done that on Steam, right? It might be just 10 quick play.
But Steam achievements don't matter.
But yeah, but I collectively I have gotten every single achievement in that game.
Doesn't count.
Or trophy achievement combined, whatever.
Doesn't count.
I really like the game. I just think that it's one of those situations of like unfortunate timing, especially with multiverses being out now. I think everyone kind of just wants to do like a Smash clone right now. Is what it feels like. And then also just that, you know, there definitely is something going on behind the scenes, like whether it's Nickelodeon just pulling out the money that they had to develop the game, or, you know, the devs biting off too much, you know, that they couldn't chew. So I give it a golden on both.
Okay, well, it's ineligible for
game of the
being
year.
anything at the end of the year, because
we came out last year. We already
and it definitely didn't deserve to be on there. How about this? I'm gonna say that sucks. That game sucks. We're not ending on that. I want you to recommend a fighting game that people should play for fun. That
go play Multiverses. Go play right. It's a free game.
Don't fucking play Multiverses.
It's free. It's really fun. It's got people playing it right now.
Watch the video on why it sucks shit.
Donkey thinks everything sucks shit. I mean, he's very funny, but he thinks everything sucks.
No,
absolutely. He totally like all his videos are.
I'm going to recommend a game for if you want a really good platinum in a fighting game. I'm going to suggest Tekken 7.
Yo, Tekken 7 was really hype at EVO to watch, though.
It's I
didn't expect to like it, and I had a lot of fun watching it.
You have to put a little time into one of the arcade modes where you have to like fight all of the secret bosses, so you do have to get good. Not like get good, but you have to like be okay.
Right.
And then you just have to play through the story, and you have to play some single player shit, and you only have to play like you have to win one ranked match, you have to win one normal match, and you have to just play 10 online matches. So it's gonna not be that hard of a time. So I'm gonna suggest Tekken 7. I'm gonna give its trophies a gold.
That's fair. I mean, honestly, with that platinum list, just hearing you talk about it, like I'm really shocked that you didn't give it a platinum.
What?
The Tekken 7.
No, platinum I would only give to a game that
it's just like
it's got to be not only is it got to be a super great, but all the there has to be like it was a pleasure getting all the trophies. And I do remember the end of getting one of those secret bosses was just a little annoying. But also that game, you can wear a Bullet Club shirt and you can wear Okada's robe. Shit. So
that's kind of cool.
They got Tanahashi shit in it. So I'm going to give it. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. It's probably the best platinum for a fighting game. I'm going to give it platinum. Because I would give it to like if it wasn't for that one cat trophy in Injustice 2, I'd say go play that because it's a lot of like beat this guy with this guy, beat Batman with Robin. Like it's fun kind of shit. And the same with Mortal Kombat. It's just like do all the fatalities, but then they've always got like 1 or 2 trophies that are just like, go fuck yourself. Play 200 matches, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that's the multiverse trophies right now. Because honestly,
that's why I don't give a shit about multiverses. Play 500 matches in a party. No, thank you.
Because that's the thing is, I would have been more on you, being like, "Oh, dude, check it out." Because it's seriously, I think it's a competent game, especially because there's no money buy-in right now. It's just play the game. Free. It's free. And especially with it having the rotating.
How are they going to make money on this fucking game?
I think there's going to be like cosmetic loot boxes probably. Because the game's technically not out yet. Like I think it comes out in like a week or two.
Honestly, like if it wasn't, if their trophies had been more just like play some, I would have been fine. I would have played it with you. It would have been dumb, but whatever. It's a trophy. Play 500 matches. Go fuck off.
Yeah, that's a little too much.
Get 100 double kills. Fuck off.
Although I can't confirm this yet. I'm sure somebody else could, but I think you can do a lot of that in a custom lobby. So
you totally can, but still,
it's still a lot. Yeah,
we had it for fucking Nickelodeon. How boring was it just getting the 50? Now multiply that by 10.
Okay, I only say it's boring because we didn't get to actually fight. We just abused the mechanic of just walking off the stage.
I didn't want to play the game.
Yeah, exactly. But I think it would be fun to just.
No, we did play one match and I beat you, remember?
Well, yeah, because I'm not used to a PlayStation controller.
No, well, excuses. I beat you, so I'm the best at Nickelodeon.
That's the thing. Smash games just are harder on anything not a GameCube controller.
That's true. All right. This episode's over. This is a weird episode.
It is. Was it good? I feel like this episode sucked, but I'm not sure.
I mean, like I had a good... I liked the beginning.
Right in. Tell us, was this a good one?
I don't know about this one.
Yeah.
Is this our second or third time doing we did the Lego theme. Did we do another theme? Oh, we did the anime theme. The
anime episode, yeah.
I feel like themes are maybe not working out.
I think we don't know,
that Lego one was kind of fun.
Better.
Yeah,
I think
because like the rest of the year is pretty much planned out and they're all going to be good ones. So we're going to be good.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked. We do have a couple calls.
Emails?
Yeah.
Oh, caller, go ahead.
Yeah, we got our first time, long time, first time.
Oh, I like first time, long times. From who?
From Kyle.
Kyle, okay.
Yeah. It says, hey guys, what games from high school or childhood do you return to yearly to try and get the platinum for, but you give up mostly because the trophy list is too hard or time consuming? My game is Final Fantasy X-2. I return yearly to chip away several hours in just to stop playing due to the level of grind and the thought of having to complete the game multiple times. Looking forward to hear your thoughts. Kind regards, Kyle. Yeah, thank you so much for the call there.
Yeah, thanks. I don't have a game that I go back to yearly.
That's wild. Like you don't, not one game that you kind of.
I've gotten the platinum. Why would I go back?
Yeah, that's right. You are kind of just moving forward.
And if it's something that it's like I don't fucking want to do this. There's been a couple times where it's like I've gone back to games like Bioshock, which I platinumed for number 1500.
Mm-hmm.
So on the PS3, I started that back because on Bioshock Infinite on PS3, it came with a free copy. And I remember playing like a part of the first level. I was like, oh, maybe I'll play that later. And then other stuff came out and I never went back to it. So technically it took me 9 years to platinum Bioshock. But at the same point, when I was like, I want to make Bioshock my platinum for the PS3, I sat down and did it in a fucking day and a half and it was like done. So it's like, I think I talked about Dishonored on PS3. I tried to platinum back in the day, but I got a glitch and I would have had to start over. So I said, fuck this. I didn't. And then maybe like a year or two ago, I finally went back and did it. And once again, it was like 9 years in between. But as far as like something that I always go to like, and I try to chip away at, I guess Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Does that count?
Yeah. I'll count that one. I mean, that game's been out for 10 years, so...
Yeah. I don't go back yearly, but I'll go back in bursts. I still have a subscription. I've been
fucking Let's Play, dude. Like, seriously. Like, we're playing it. You see us in fucking Discord. You know but you're doing playing stuff
that I'm not... The reason why is because I still have to finish the story of...
Yeah, let me help you do that. I would love to do those dungeons and fights with you.
We'll start doing that every once in a while. Because now I don't have shitty games to play. So
exactly.
I'm gonna relapse, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Once September 1st comes, yeah.
Well, probably before that.
Oh shit.
Probably by next episode. We're gonna roll into next episode. All right, I got 360 new platinums.
Oh my god, that would be. Hey, I think one day you should come in with like an absurd number like that, because that would just be like.
Didn't I have like 70 in one episode or something?
Yeah, I think about 70 is the highest that you've done. But could you imagine doing a platinum port that was like 360 games and it takes like 32 minutes to get through? That would be funny. Like, it'd be hilarious. Be funny. Guys, you know that's coming one day now. So whenever it happens, you can't be mad.
Welcome. What was your answer?
I think the game that I always go back to is probably going to be Sonic Adventure 2.
Have you beaten that?
Yeah, totally.
But see, the question was, what game do you go back to because you haven't beaten it?
Oh, well, I guess that's true. Well,
yeah. Because if the question is, what game do you go back to every year? It's like, I mean, at least once a year, I probably, play Super Mario Brothers.
Well, no, I would say that it's probably even Sonic Adventure 2 because it's getting the 100% that like.
Have you gotten 100%?
So fucking hard. No, I have never done it.
Oh, there
That's
you go.
The one thing. Like, I beat the shit out of that game like over and over, but yeah, getting the 100% in that game is really fucking tough, and it takes a lot of time. But I want to do it one day. I think I want to do it on stream though, but it's just like, I don't know. Would people get fucking tired of seeing Sonic Adventure 2 for like 3 months?
Probably not.
Probably.
I don't know. Who knows? Ask them.
Yeah, well, we'll see. But yeah, I think it'd be Sonic Adventure 2 because I want that Green Hill Zone. I want to play the Green Hill Zone in 3D, and I've never been able to do it. So, I mean, in Sonic Adventure 2, I guess. But yeah, I'm going to say that.
Cool. Thank you. Well, there you go.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Final Fantasy 14 and Sonic Adventure 2. Thank you, Kyle.
Yo, we got another call. It says, hey, y'all, first time, long time listener, Dustin.
I do like a first time long. Now, we've had a lot of first time, long times. When are we going to get a long time caller, first time listener? Where they just write in but haven't ever listened to the show?
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead. Who is this from?
This is from Dustin. Says, just wanted to let you know the answers that you've got questions for. My favorite Pokemon is Charmander, Snorlax, and Phalanx. And Hunter's definitely.
What's a fucking Phalanx?
So Phalanx is a Pokemon from the Sword and Shield generation, generation 8, I want to say. It's like a little Spartan Pokemon that there are like 7 of them that they're like little Kirby's basically with like little Spartan helmets on, and they waddle together and then they like huddle up to make like a turtle shield and stuff.
What?
Yeah, they're super cute.
I don't like Pokemon. Okay, I want to go on record right now. Mm-hmm. I don't like Pokemon that look like people.
Well, it doesn't look like a person. It looks like Kirby.
How do you spell this thing? I'm gonna look it up right now.
F-A-L-I-N-K.
Of course, it's not spelled correctly. Well, I was typing in PH, and of course that's wrong.
No, it's an F.
F-A what?
L-I-N-K-S.
Phalanx.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a fucking caterpillar.
Yeah, but they're all independent of each other. They're not like connected.
That's stupid.
They're like
all
the
different
new
Pokemon.
Trio kind of. Well, that's what I don't like about Pokemon. It's Pokemon that all hang out together. You can't classify them as one.
It's like the Doug
Did they
Trio
share
thing,
sentience or something? Like who knows?
Yeah, like
right?
3 Digletts as a Doug Trio doesn't ever make sense to me. These are or like all the execute. It's like it's a bunch of eggs, but they all hang out together. But they all have different. If a Pokemon all have faces together, it doesn't fucking count.
I was gonna say there's a franchise that doesn't do this, but then I'm kind of wrong because in Digimon they're Starmons and they're kind of the same thing. So, but they're the only one in that, so it's like whatever.
Phalanx is a group of small bipedal Pokemon. A single Phalanx is a formation of 6 individuals similar to Execute. It consists of 5 troopers and a leader known as the Brass. How does it know that? These are 6 Pokemon that hang out together. They can't be a Pokemon.
Yeah, right?
This sucks. This is the worst Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon sucks.
I'm sorry now I feel bad to Dustin.
No, Phalanx is super cute. I'm on board with you for Phalanx, but
it looks cool, but this should be a group of, like, you wouldn't have a group of Pikachus together and say this is the Pikachu posse. That's a Pokemon.
Why haven't they done that? make a Rat King Pikachu?
No, because it's stupid.
That'd be awesome. Like all their tails are tied together.
Also, hold on. If you're gonna make a Rat King Pokemon, it'd be out of Raticates or Rattatas.
Yeah, Rattatas. Yeah.
Anyway, this is a bad Pokemon. Anyway, go ahead.
He goes on to say that that Hunter is definitely the best of the Gengar line.
Yes, absolutely. Now I'm back on his side. Okay.
I think it's hilarious when Dr. Ryan is yelling at Chris, and Chris is just laughing or pretending to be demure while picking the right moment to make a snarky comment at Ryan's rant.
I don't like that. I like when Chris doesn't do that and just admits that I'm right. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, Ryan is always right. Don't worry about it. My favorite DLC in a game is Freedom Cry. I can't speak today, guys.
Freedom Cry from Black Flag. I never played that one.
Because you get to sneak around and kill plantation bosses and owners. That sounds fucking awesome.
There's a standalone version that you can just play. It doesn't have a platinum because it's just the DLC from Black Flag. I really like Black Flag, and I'd have the Black Flag platinum if it wasn't for the fucking multiplayer. Anyway, go ahead.
It goes on to say, I enjoyed the deep dive on Dragon Quest and I really want to try it out. Thanks for doing deep dives on games. Keep up the hard work and thank you for the GenCon stream. Well, hey, thank you for watching that, man. I had a lot of fun with that. Stream.
It was good. I watched that for a while and then it got to a point where you were in the middle of the hallway and you were only moving at 2 frames per second. I was like, no. I gotta go.
Yeah, I went back and looked at some of the footage and I was actually kind of surprised at how...
it was a good start. It's not your fault. No, you're in the middle of a giant fucking,
Yeah, like where there would be dead spots, it's like, oh yeah, that nothing, that's everything out of my hands. But the thing is that it was consistently good. Like it was consistent enough to be watchable, I guess. And that was my biggest worry for the whole stream because, I've never done it. I've never done that before where I'm in a concentrated place with people. Like we've done a couple road trip streams, which we might be doing a super long one here in a few weeks. Cool. And those have been super fun.
Well, hold on. You're not going to drive from where you are to where you're going, right?
Yeah.
No, why? Yeah. Why? No, that sucks.
It's a long drive.
That's a long drive.
It's a long drive. But I mean, I'm actually looking forward to it because I've never road tripped that far.
That's a lot.
To that side
and at least it's only one way.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one thing that I am looking forward to at it too, is because it's like, it's not like I've driven to Southern Florida and back before, and that's a 17-hour drive both ways. And that's what sucks is you get the 17 hours there, and then you're dead tired for the next 2 days, and then you get to do it again and then go back to work.
This is a one-time thing.
Yeah, this is we get there and we're done. So we get there and then we got to move like everything.
I was going to say, you talk about your GenCon stream. I was thinking the signal at the Washington State Convention Center usually sucks shit. Mm-hmm. Well, maybe if it doesn't, maybe I try to stream from PAX.
Do it. Like, it was so fucking fun. I did 7 hours of a stream. We even did we got some game footage of people, demoing out games that weren't out yet. I played the One Piece demo, and that was shit because the dude. Thank God I played the. Oh,
you played the game that I played.
Yeah, but the thing is I'm glad that I played the iPhone version of it, the tutorial app, because then they
just go here's how you play, and then they don't explain how any of the fucking games work.
Right,
and you're like, what does this Dawn 2 mean? It's like, right. That'd have been nice if you would have told me that shit.
The guy just he did not care. Let me preface this by...
Was it the same guy with the monotone? All right, now you're gonna play this.
It might have been. I think so. Yeah. He sucked. Because there were times where we were sitting there, and my opponent, and which chat could. Hear my opponent, he was just like, it'll I think this is going to take longer than actually getting the fucking demo. And it's just like, and but I will say I went back and demoed it again because I wanted more of the promo packs and stuff. And my wife was with me.
Excuse
my wife.
There you go.
Yeah. And then a couple of my friends that came into town were.
Hold on, shut up. This is important. Sometimes you try to skip around it, and you're like, no, you have to put the effort. No, if you don't do that, I will quit this podcast forever.
All right, it's always the smoking gun to the head. My wife was playing with me and a couple of my friends.
That one sounded like Wario instead of. No, I don't like that. I don't appreciate it.
My wife. Okay,
don't. I hate that voice.
We were demoing the game, and that guy that was demoing it for us was excellent. He was so good, and the thing was by then I kind of knew what I was doing, and he was like, oh, you guys have played Dragon Ball. You totally get how this works. If you have questions, let me know. And he was very quick at answering our questions, unlike the last guy that the first guy that demoed it for us. So and then my two friends who aren't as, proficient as TCGs, they had tons of questions, and he was just constantly like, oh yeah, and then this is how it works and interacts and stuff.
Hold on.
He was awesome.
When I did the demo at Anime Expo, it was like 20 different tables, and there was one guy saying, all right, player one, pick up a card. All right, you'll look at this. This means this. This means this. Now please play a card. All right, player two, why don't you play a card? Blah, blah, blah. All right, that's how the game is played. And they didn't explain like a lot of the rules. Mm-hmm. They're just like, player two, please take a hit so you can see how prizes work. And then it was like, what do these things on the bottom mean? And then it was just us raising our hands. And there were, 20 different tables of 40, 40 people and 20 tables, all raising their hands because they forgot to explain massive, important rules.
Yeah. So for a GenCon, they had about 12, 15 tables, I would say. And they had one person to every 2 games. So
there was out of those 20 tables, there was 2 people total.
Exactly. That's the thing is at GenCon, way more staff. So it was a little bit more convenient. Also, I don't know, that first guy just clearly couldn't be bothered to do. And granted, I did go demo it at 5:00. So if he had been there all day and he was just waiting to 6:00 to get off, I totally get it, dude. You were tired. But, when we have questions and we're asking you, at least seem interested in the questions that we're asking you. We want to learn how to play your game. But I am still I've got a little trepidation with that game still.
Game sucks shit. Let's move on.
I'm just, Dragon Ball Super started off a little slow too, and it evolved into something that was really good, despite it being an overly expensive game. I'm very interested in seeing where this goes.
The mechanics. I think the mechanics are dumb.
I think the mechanics are really cool. I especially love that you can use your mana, your Dawn, and then use the used up mana still in certain interactions.
Once you tap the Dawn card, you can't put it on anybody unless there's a card that lets you do that.
Exactly, and there are cards that let you do that.
Okay, they didn't give us those cards.
No, yeah, so. Those aren't in the those are in the starter deck. Which if you do the tutorial app, you play with starter decks, and they're a little bit more involved.
Whatever.
So, yeah, I'm interested.
How are we
but
still talking about this?
Because we're
I can't get away from One Piece.
And you never will.
Fuck.
Okay, we got our last email segment. This is Tylon talking with Tylon.
Play the sound. Play the theme song.
Tylon Talk. Dickies.
Oh my gosh! Actually, I have to make another note in our show notes, when we're running through the episode, so that we can have Tylon Talk appear in there. But okay. So Tylon has an email for us.
Boots on the ground from a reporter, Tylon.
Tylon says, subject line: why Kakuna is my favorite Pokemon.
He's lying.
Now that I've bamboozled you. Oh, okay.
Yep, there you go.
Thank you, Tylon. Got us.
Knew it. Nobody likes nobody fucking
fuck
thinks
you.
Kakuna
I love Kakuna. He's so cute.
Shut up. You can like Kakuna. It is nobody's favorite Pokemon.
It's somebody's.
No, it's not.
You know what? Hey, in the
Pokemon
Pokemon anime, there's that kid, and he's like, I love my Metapod. And then he turns into a Butterfree, and he's like, wow.
That kid doesn't exist, and he's not real. Nobody's favorite Pokemon is the useless middle Pokemon. Move on.
Okay. Hey, Doc and Chris, really enjoyed the Dragon Quest XI anniversary episode of I Have More Trophies Than You. During that episode, you asked the viewers what their favorite Pokemon is and what their favorite Platinum Trophy is. My favorite Pokemon is Scyther because he's the coolest, most dopest looking Pokemon that hasn't been topped. Fight me.
Bugs are stupid.
With his cool ass scythe hands, super speed, and high attack. The only downside to this Pokemon is that it can't learn fly despite being a flying type. Game Freak, fix your Pokemon. You
can kill it with a fucking Pidgey because it's a fucking bug.
Fuck that. Scyther fucking rules. Bug Pokemon are the coolest fucking type.
No, they're the worst.
Tylon's got my back.
A bug Pokemon. Look at me with my bug.
I love bug Pokemon.
That's you and Tylon jerking off over bugs over there.
Yeah, we're jerking off on bugs.
Ew, no, that's not what I meant. All right, move on.
Get that image out of your head. Scyther might Scyther's favorite.
Hey, hold on.
Uh-huh.
No one in the world's favorite Pokemon is Metapod or Kakuna, but somebody out there does fantasize about jerking off onto bugs.
Oh, absolutely.
And if you're that person, write in.
Hey, yeah, right in. I would love to have a conversation with you.
I wouldn't. You freak. Go ahead.
Hey, we don't shame yucks here.
Hey, listen. One half of us is very open and trusting and allowing of all things, and then the other half of us,
I will try
bully you.
Everything
I'm going to
twice.
bully the fuck out of you.
I will try it all twice. I'm on your side. It may not be my thing, but I'm on your side.
I'm not on your side. I will fight against you.
Scyther's favorite platinum might be Darksiders 2 because Death uses twin scythes as well, and Darksiders 2 is a great game. Tylon, you're not... Okay, hang on. Let me put my foot down right here. You're not going to get us to play Darksiders 2. We're not playing Darksiders 2.
We will play Darksiders 2, but that's actually wrong. You know what Scyther's favorite platinum is?
Huh.
Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
Oh, yeah.
Because of all the slicing.
I could, I'm with you there. I might agree with you there.
Yep.
And then says, keep up the great work, you two, Tylon. P.S. I have a health-related question. What healthy eating habits / exercises do you personally recommend from your experience or knowledge for gamers out there trying to make their life a little bit healthier?
Sounds like a fucking this sounds like a panel at fucking PAX.
Yeah, this is our PAX panel right here.
This is our new. That's how we'll get it next year. Powering up your immune system. How fruits
power up with these smoothies.
A next level gamer.
Hey, real talk.
Real talk, fucking just eat fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
And locally source your meat and don't fucking go to Taco Bell 6 days a week.
Yep.
And,
walk a mile every day.
If you're going to do cardio,
do
make
yoga.
Sure you break the sweat. That's how you know that you're getting into the zone where your heart is actually being used. And, get up and don't be sedentary.
Yep.
Have good posture because that's good for your back too. And, once again, don't eat Taco Bell 6 days a week. You can have it like once every while as a treat. I had it last night on my stream. Well, not last night, Monday night, because it's definitely not Tuesday.
Yeah, it's definitely
that's
Friday,
the first time I'd had Taco Bell in like 3 weeks. You can have it every once in a while as a treat. Don't rely on processed foods. If you're here's how it is. If you have to open a box or open a package to get your food out of it, it's not good for you.
Right.
Unless it's like a piece of meat from the butcher. That's different. But you know what I mean.
I like doing yoga and I really try to have a smoothie like every other day or something. Like I like just chock full of vegetables.
Here's a good juice. Get yourself a juicer. Buy some beets. Buy some apples. Buy some kale. Buy a cucumber. Put a little ginger in there, and that's a good juice. Oh, put some celery in there. Get some celery juice in there. It'll taste mostly like the beet and the apple, and a little bit of a ginger, and it's good. You can throw a couple carrots in there. Carrot and ginger is also good juice.
Drink just water too. Like don't
also
stop drinking soda completely.
Stop drinking soda. Stop drinking coffee. Don't drink anything unless it's water or juice that you juice yourself.
Yeah. Although I do love a juice.
Why the fuck are these fuckers at PAX getting a panel about
not us, right?
Your gamer stretches while I'm over here being an actual doctor.
One day PAX will see the light.
I'm better than PAX. I don't need it. Enjoy your fucking PAX panel. I'm gonna be cooler than you. Have a lot of trophies and make. Don't actually take that out. Bleep that out.
I'll bleep that out.
I gotta remember that when I get bitter, not to go straight to the I have more money than you.
Oh boy,
that's a real shithead move to go to.
Well, I mean, at least you can back it up.
Okay, so next episode will be before PAX happens, so we can play a legitimate game. We don't have to play something that we've already played before.
What do you want to play? What? We've done a lot of specials. I think it's time to get back to our roots, play a game, and honestly, I'm ready to play a platformer. I just need to play a platformer right now.
Yeah, the last couple episodes, we've kind of given up on the whole you get one, I get one. Do you want to start that again and you can have this one?
Yeah, let's throw the ball back and forth a little bit real quick, right?
Yeah. Okay. I got to get back to the year of weird.
Yeah. I don't know if this is going to be weird because this is by a big company.
Okay, what do you want to do?
I think we should travel back in time to the start of the PS2.
Okay.
and check out a little platformer from a little company you might know by the name of Naughty Dog.
Okay.
And I'm saying let's go revisit Jak and Daxter and maybe talk the Jak trilogy there for
like
a little bit.
Can we do all 3 Jak games?
We could probably do all 3 Jak games. I think that they're all pretty like surface level enough that we could, especially with how different they start to vary up. I definitely think we could talk about those 3 Jak games.
Okay, yeah, let's do the Jak trilogy next week. And maybe Jak's Combat Racing. Maybe we do that too.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll definitely. We're saying the Jak and Daxter, and maybe there's more to be done in the Jak and Daxter hemisphere.
Yeah, but I need a refresh. I need some platformer in my life right now.
I could do that.
Collectathon, until we get to the GTA clone.
Nope. What?
Yeah, the Jak 2, the GTA clone.
I'll have some funny stories to tell about that next time.
But I can't wait. The next time of what?
Of this podcast.
What's this podcast?
No. See, now
who are
you want to get out.
What's happening?
It's time, okay, and it's time to talk about wrestling.
Where am I?
So, last time we talked about wrestling.
What are we doing here?
So, guess what just happened? Adam Cole is hurt, and he came out and he was like, "There's a trios tournament, and the Young Bucks, you guys don't want to be with me. Well, I'm going to beat you up." And then him and Red Dragon beat up the Young Bucks, and then Hangman Page came out for the save, and now maybe they're going to be friends. But I don't want either of them with belts. I want them to take each other. I don't want the best friends in Orange Cassidy win the trios championships. Now that Vince McMahon's gone, also WWE's actually been getting kind of okay. They brought back a bunch of people that they fired, like they got back Karrion Kross, and fucking Dexter Lumis is back, and like Tommaso Ciampa got to be in like a big match, and like Io Shirai. Now here's
they fired that one dude, didn't they?
Which dude?
They fired
Oh yeah, last night fucking Johnny Laurinaitis, Johnny Ace got terminated, baby. Yeah. Now we just need to get rid of Kevin Dunn, and everything is good. Hey. This is something I thought I'd never say again. I think I'm going to start watching WWE regularly again.
Hey, I watched SummerSlam, and I mean, I'm a very fringe fan of wrestling. I like to watch it if other people are watching it, but I had fun watching it.
The thing that'll get me back into watching, they're starting to do things that make me like what they're doing. They're letting people talk in the ring without scripting them. This is great. They used to have every promo was scripted, and now they're like, we're gonna let anyone do whatever they want. And the first thing that happens is that Drew McIntyre, this guy from Scotland, comes down and calls Roman Reigns the tribal queef.
What?
Like, he's the tribal chief, but they called him a tribal queef.
Oh no,
that's funny. The only thing that's like stopping me from going full into WWE right now, honestly, is that Roman still has both belts. It's like, yeah, good. He can be a heel. He can't have the belts of both shows. You need to fucking divorce that. And also, he's like, I want to work less. Great. Take both belts off him and let's get wrestling going again. We don't need Roman Reigns anymore. We had the Roman Reigns being the fucking on top because Vince has a fucking boner for him. Now let's get back to wrestling. If that happens, oh my gosh, wrestling is going to be good. We might have to start a wrestling-based podcast. No, we're not going to do that. I'm just going to keep talking about wrestling on this podcast.
I have more slams than you.
No, but I do have more trophies than you.
Hey, thank you so much for listening to our podcast. If you'd like to send us questions, gaming memories, comments, or if you just want to know when the next episode's going to drop, then you can follow us on Twitter at MoreTrophiesPod. That's MoreTrophiesPod. That's MoreTrophiesPod. Also, you can email us at ihavemoretrophiesthanyou@gmail.com. It's just the name of the show, all one word, at gmail.com. Also, be sure to follow Ryan at Dr._Ryan on Twitter. You can also keep up to date with his Monday night Twitch streams office hours at twitch.tv/Dr._Ryan. That's Dr._RYAN. Dr._Ryan on both Twitch and Twitter. And follow Chris on Twitter at Burezu in Japan. Now, I know what you're thinking. Don't worry, I'm going to spell it out for you right now. That's BUREZUINJAPAN. It's all one word, Burezu in Japan on Twitter. And when they are streaming, you can check them out at twitch.tv/BlazeTK. That's BLAZE the letter T, the letter K on Twitch. Blaze TK. Thank you again so much, everyone. We'll see you in the next episode.